What is up, New York Jets fans? It's another Saturday night here on the Midnight Mike Show. I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host. I am happy to be here, and this is the show for blue-collar Jets fans that bleed green. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Training camp, the green and white scrimmage. There's actually a few things I want to talk about the Hall of Fame, which I didn't talk about. And actually isn't on my list here. Hold on. Jets chant. Jets. All right, yeah, there's a few things about the Hall of Fame ceremony that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, the green and white scrimmage took place today. I got a bunch of stuff in from people, like DMs and stuff of people who were there. I saw a lot of Jets content creators were there. I saw a lot of media that was there. And I mean, look, overall, I'd have to say it was a pretty positive day compared to previous days in New York Jets training camp. I thought a lot of people looked good. I have some clips for you, so we'll enjoy that. But the things I wanted to talk about about the Hall of Fame is, one was, see, basically what I didn't end up watching the Hall of Fame, but today I wasn't feeling that well, and I was laying down, and I put on the NFL Network for a little while, and they were replaying the Hall of Fame ceremony, and I got to watch a few of the guys, and I really enjoyed Devin Hester's induction. I thought he gave a great speech. He had a lot of good information, and in the end, when he was talking about his family, I mean, that was just really good, and it's just stuff that I saw. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention was how depressing it was to see Mongo McMichael in that state. I mean, obviously from his time on the Bears, and also he was in WCW wrestling for many, many years. And I mean, just a hulking man. To see him in the condition he's in, my heart goes out to him. I feel so, I mean, but once again, he lived long enough to hopefully understand and see that he got the ultimate in recognition in the world of professional football, and got to see himself get inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and get his jacket and get his bust and all of that stuff. So that's something that him, his family, his friends, his teammates, and everybody can get behind and just be proud of him and be proud of their team and all of that stuff. So with all that said, we're gonna talk about the green and white scrimmage today. But first, let's bring in my co-host Maddie. How you doing tonight, Maddie?
What is up, brother? How's everybody? I hope everybody's well. I did not get to see anything about the green and white scrimmage today, so
I got some clips.
Okay, cool. Because I was schizoid at work today, so did not have a chance. But
yeah, overall, it seemed really good. It seemed like, I mean, the offense moved the ball. Unfortunately, no touchdowns, but I think every drive ended in a field goal, and a lot of the drives were stalled because of stupid crap from people that necessarily shouldn't be making these stupid mistakes. And one that made a stupid mistake who's a rookie, so it's kind of understandable. But did you see any of the Well, yes, absolutely. That's why this is all done. Yeah, did you see any of the Hall of Fame ceremony?
I just watched the game, and I was playing a video game while I did it, so I didn't see any of the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Jerome. I did not see any of the introduction. Jerome, you might be my new favorite.
Well, I'm going to go through some of these comments. Just win Jets. Thank you, Todd. We appreciate it. Dano just likes putting up, he's channel member Dano, part of the Midnight Mafia guys. Do me a favor. Let's start it off strong. Let's hit those like buttons on your way in. Let's make sure to hit those like buttons and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate that. And of course, always accepting awesome ass super chats and gifted channel memberships or joining the channel. I just found out that with my new phone, and I think I told you this, that I can now run StreamYard just off of my phone. So I feel like I am going to start doing a lot more of the pop-up streams that are for members only, where I'll not only talk about the Jets, but I'll talk about a lot of other things. And I can just do it from sitting outside. You know, I don't have to go through all of the pomp and circumstance of all the computers and the soundboard and all that stuff. It'd just be like short, what, 20 to 40 minute streams, just talking about whatever's on my mind. And those are going to start coming. But Dano likes to put a lot of phallic objects in. This is his second of the show.
Well, I actually logged in and watched a little Dano show the other day, more than a little. And he had this dude Charles on. I don't know who this guy is. But I'd had a few, and all I did was crap talk him, and not one of my comments got highlighted.
Oh, bummer.
I'm fighting nerds here, and I got nothing. Dano, come on, man. When I'm drunk and want to shit talk to strangers on the internet, that's my right as an American.
Yeah, this is America, isn't it? Kenny comes in.
No whistle.
Cousin Kenny comes in, channel member of the Midnight Mafia. Hello, Mike and everyone. Sorry, missed last week. You gotta miss next week too. Baby shower gag. Yeah. Wait, what?
No, Clancy, I don't know Charles.
Wait, why would you be going to a baby shower?
Dudes don't go to baby showers.
Yeah, that's a lady thing.
I stand on this. This has become a thing. Dudes do not go to baby showers.
Yeah,
girls. Dudes can have what's called a huggies and chuggies. We did this for me when I had Sasha, my brother with his kids. Where your boys come over, bring a butt ton of beer and a bunch of diapers for you, and you guys have your own like stag thing.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Dudes do not go to baby showers, okay?
No.
Like, come on, man.
Kenny, you should be able to
down, black is white.
Yeah, hello.
Fucking God.
Hello, Jerome, Mike, Mike. That's what I'm talking about. Channel member of the Midnight Mafia, Kim. She's in here. She says, "Hey, Mike and Maddie." Hello, hey, Kim. How you doing? And Valerie was in here earlier, the first lady. Oh, she's still in here. Yeah. Channel member Clancy is in here. Awesome. Clancy,
one of my favorites.
Jet up with the Jets green heart. There you go. And Jerome coming in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jerome coming back in, making sure to show the love all over the place. M-A-T-T. Matt. Wow.
Valerie, I'm good. Sasha's
holy
good.
Shit.
She's out riding bikes and shit.
There is a thunderstorm going on in my town right now. And that just shook my... Wow.
Did it move the house?
Hell yeah.
It's all good, Dano. I had fun listening to it.
My wife just screamed in through the studio door. That's why I didn't want to put the kids in the tub.
I heard something there, yeah. Dude, I would trade you right now, dude. It is 92 degrees, and holy fuck is it miserable here in Denver.
No, it's hot here. We are definitely, I'm telling you, it's probably between 80 and 90 today, but the humidity is through the roof.
That's the one thing we have out here is it's dry.
Yeah, maybe this thunderstorm will help alleviate some of that humidity. That'd be nice. But Brownlee scored a touchdown, smash and like and sub, folks. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Infrared channel member. He is right. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the show. More people will know we're live. And, it just, like I said, it just helps out the channel. Like, it's a free way to help out the channel, just to help me and Maddie get seen by more people. So please do that. Hit that thumbs up button and sub. I really do appreciate that. Bernard Nixon is in here. He's saying, "Hey guys, we've seen him before, right?"
Oh yeah, no, I remember Bernard because he said I look like white trash.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're a little white trashy. That's okay. Maddie don't know Charles.
I don't know Charles. I don't know who he is.
And okay, before we get to a quick guest here, there's another one from Daniel. Yeah.
All right, emoji roll.
But by the way, Brownlee caught that TD from Tyrod. That was a second team TD from today.
Let's bring him in. I'm really happy about Tyrod being on the team. The fact that we have a solid backup really makes me feel good.
Absolutely agreed. It's that weight lifted off your shoulders that if God forbid something goes wrong with Aaron, we're not going to see Zach
Yeah,
Wilson pulling
it's
on
not
that
going to be a
fucking
shit.
helmet again.
Dude, so before
God.
we bring our guest on real quick, so out here in Denver, there are some insane Zach disciples, and they like, holy shit, dude, they really think Zach is going to save Denver as a franchise. And I'm like, dude, he's not even getting the third spot right now, it looks like. But on Twitter and in the papers and in the editorials and shit, there are some deluded ass people out here, bro. It's painful.
Did you answer Maddie or Valerie? How's your daughter? She asked.
Oh, she's good. Like I said, she's out riding bikes with her buddies. I'm here by myself, so I'm gonna have to bounce up and down a little bit with the hellhounds and the kid and everything else. So if I'm not here for a hot second, I'll be right back.
Kenny says, baby shower in Plymouth, Massachusetts. The baby was born at 3 pounds. She had to spend the first month at the hospital, so I have to go.
Why are you a doctor?
Yeah, well, first, yeah, exactly. 100% our thoughts and everything.
I'm glad the baby's good.
Yeah, God bless the child. Hopefully everything's going to be okay. But we can't just use that as an excuse for men going to baby showers. I like the idea of the huggies and the chuggies.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. You get fucking housed, and then you have so many diapers you can build a fort out of them. Because your buddies always go like way overboard. Like, oh, here's a 24-pack. No, they're like, here's a pallet full of fucking diapers.
Yeah, that's awesome. How it works. And once again, before I'm now bringing on our guest, but Stack, channel member, always the first one in here.
Stack's
like, subscribe, and share. Absolutely, guys, hit that like button. Okay, Mike, I haven't talked to him in a while because he is moving houses, which is a good thing for his internet, hopefully. But here he is. Let's bring him on here. Honest Abe, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Mike, Maddie, what's up, fellas? Dude, this move might, I don't know if we're going to do a show again because this move might actually physically kill me. Like, I might die because of all the stress of just moving into a new place. The place we're moving into, they've been giving us problems. It's going to happen. We're T-minus a week or so, 2 weeks away from it actually happening. But just in the midst of packing up the house, like the studio's gone. Everything had to be taken down. Everything's ready for the movers to come and move everything out. We're pretty much living out of suitcases right now as we just like prepare for this. So yeah, it's been a minute, Mike, since we last spoke. Luckily it hasn't been too crazy in Jets world, but I'm upset that we haven't finished our drafts yet. I'm not gonna lie. The drafts are my absolute highlight of the offseason.
We will finish that out 100%. We'll get that done. But I wasn't able, Tommy wasn't able to do our show last week. And I noticed while I was in Tennessee that you guys didn't do a show. And he said that you had moved. I guess I was expecting a show that week. And I guess you had already started moving.
Yeah. It was while you were, it was the day you were gone. I got the notification from the bosses of, it was because my studio is in the basement, and I was told the basement is next up on the list to be completely cleaned and packed up and ready to go. So it's all down, it's all organized. But the new place it actually has 2 offices in the house. So there's one on the first floor, one in the basement. The basement office has already been declared mine. So I will have the router right there. So the internet will be strong. The studio will be set up, and hopefully very soon Jets Uncovered is coming back to you.
Well, me and Tommy we're gonna try to do an episode this Tuesday.
Yeah, you absolutely should. You absolutely should. And I can't wait. I have full faith in you. Bring in a replacement for me, please do, because between you and Tom, you guys suck. We all know that I'm the glue that holds everything together. So you're gonna need somebody to keep it there.
Fair enough. Maybe I can get Maddie on an hour earlier because it's just the hour before we do it. The hour before we do our show.
Hey,
right,
I'm
Maddie?
Not doing anything. I'm 46. I don't go outside.
There we go. All right, Abe, did you see either the Hall of Fame ceremony or the green and white scrimmage today?
I saw nothing. I've been at work for the last 11 hours.
Dude, it's going around. Everybody's like, life sucks right now.
Oh God, I never enjoyed the Hall of Fame stuff, honestly, because to me, yeah, getting into the Hall of Fame, cool, great accomplishment. But the ceremonies themselves, just thanking everybody and all that, it's like, all right, cool. Like, I don't.
Right back. Give me 2 seconds. Dog issues.
Have fun, Maddie.
Yeah, no, what I was going to say though, Abe, is that the thing that bummed me out so much was to see Mongo. I keep calling him Mongo McMichael because that's what he was in WCW. But seeing that old Bears legend get his jacket and his bust from his room, like it's from his house, but he's now confined to basically a hospital bed, and he looks just like he looks bad. It looks bad, and it's just so sad to see.
But you know what? There's how many players have gone into the Hall of Fame in a multitude of sports that were no longer alive, right? They
Correct.
had to wait 40, 50, 60 years after they finished playing that they get inducted in, and their wife or their kids are the ones, doing the introduction. So at least, even if the guy doesn't have a lot of time left, at least he's able to live it, right? At least he's able to hopefully understand what's going on and appreciate it, even if it's for a short period of time.
Well, the good thing about it is I did say that at the top of the show, that the one thing that's good is that hopefully his mind is with it enough that he understands that he was given the highest honor in pro football. And his family was around him, and a bunch of other of his teammates and Hall of Famers were all in the room with him when they did the ceremony from his bedroom. So it's just sad to see a guy who was just larger than life enough to be a pro wrestler also, just in that condition. It's, that's all I'm saying. It's just, once again, it was a nice thing to see, but it was also so sad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that unfortunately that's life, right? A lot of these guys that these professional athletes, not only football but all sports, just take such a grueling demand on the human body that we as regular folk simply don't understand. I'm friends with a retired hockey player, and he just looks old and disheveled and just beat up, and he's like 50 something, and he might not have much longer because his body's just breaking down. It is hard to see that these guys just get broken down so quickly in after athletics. I'm 35. I feel like I'm done. I feel like I can't play sports at all. I feel so old. And at 35, you have guys that are like towards the end of their careers, and they're considered old. Maddie, I know you said you're what, 65 now, Maddie? That's what you said?
65 and a half.
65 and a half, right, of course. So, these guys they're up there in age, but it's not really that old. It's just the whole sport is just weird when it comes to ages and bodies breaking down and stuff.
Okay, so neither of you guys saw any of the green and white scrimmage, so I do want to hit on a few things.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, number one, and I've talked to Maddie about this, and he's given me credit before it's deserved. Tommy was on the show on Tuesday, I believe, and Abe, have you seen how Mr. Alan Lazard has been doing in training camp?
Hey, if there's one guy that, tell me if I'm wrong, Mike, you went out and purchased the Alan Lazard jersey, correct? Because
I believe he got an Alan Lazard tattoo.
Nope, neither. Got neither.
It's right on the back of his neck.
And I know this was repetitive for my listeners, but Abe, I don't know if has heard it. I've actually turned down the you could say I told you so. I said no, not yet. Wait till the season starts, because when Mike Williams comes back and everything's going on, who knows what's going to happen. But as of right now, Alan Lazard is doing pretty well in training camp.
Yeah. Again, I feel like you should actually be less humble about this, because you've been real chill about it, but you fucking called it. I mean,
not many people.
Nobody else I know said anything about that. And so
what's going to
I have
happen.
to give you credit where credit's due.
Here's what's going to happen. I already see it. Mike's going to win on so many levels on this. Before week 1, the Jets are going to trade for Devontae Adams. And because of it, Alan Lazard is going to get cut. But Alan Lazard is then going to sign with Atlanta. Atlanta, and he'll be the number 2 or 3 receiver there, and he's actually going to have a Pro Bowl season. So
Yeah.
Mike went on so many levels.
And then Devontae Adams will blow a knee out.
Yeah.
Maddie.
That's Jets luck.
Look,
All right,
I've
well,
been a
here's what
Jets
I
fan
want to do
longer
for
than any
you.
of you guys. I know how this works.
First clip is okay. So Al Lazard and Brandon Eccles got into it. And
See it.
well, I don't have them getting into it, but what happened is they definitely had some beef and literally started throwing punches at helmets, by the way, which is just retarded.
So
but
dumb. Oh, at least the helmets have the giant SpongeBob's on them now.
well, but even whether they're it's not going to do anything. Even if you connected with a Mike Tyson punch,
I'm just saying you're not going to break your hand if you hit the SpongeBob.
No, you're going to break your jaw if you get hit by it, though.
Well,
If they're
just swinging on each other, they're not going to hit anybody's jaw.
So the biggest
Later, Scotty.
kind of, the biggest fight between them happened right before this when Eccles broke up a pass with Alan Lazard, and Alan Lazard wanted wanted a penalty and didn't get it. And then I have the play that happened directly after where Alan Lazard makes a amazing catch for I'd say a good gain. So let's look at that right now. Hold on one second. Here it is. There's the Alan Lazard catch. And by the way, that actual catch was during 2-minute drills. So that's why you see them run up and Rodgers spike it. On the last drive, it was a 2-minute drive. Okay. And so that you saw, but Alan Lazard couldn't celebrate, but he sure did after that. He made a big deal about it, and people were getting really pissed. And a nice throw. So and that's another thing that I want to bring up from practice today. There was a practice a couple days ago or whatever where it was looking dicey. Rodgers was overthrowing people. It was actually at the training camp that Tommy was at, and Tommy called in and talked about how he was kind of overthrowing people, throwing people. He was basically Zach Wilsoning it maybe a little bit. But during everything I've seen from this, and I know a lot of you are familiar with Jets Talk 24/7, which is Ryan's channel. He put every play of the green and white scrimmage in a 14-minute video. So if you want to check that out, it's all cut together. You can see it really concise. And Rodgers looked pretty damn good. I'll say that. The next clip, this one's an easy one. This next one is just a nice Garrett Wilson catch. So let's check that out. Hold on one second, and here we go.
Man, what a grab.
Training camps, it's always so interesting in these practices because you want both sides to succeed. And so if the offense doesn't look good, the defense is looking good. If the defense isn't looking too good, the offense is looking good. And I'm all for, iron sharpens iron. I get that. But when, if the offense is looking good and we want it to, then we start thinking like, is the defense taking a step back? And if the offense isn't looking good, we have a top 2-3 defense, at worst case scenario. So is it partially because our defense is so great that no offense is really going to look good against them?
That's a very good point. We have an amazing defense, so of course they're going to be rough on the offense. So it's a conundrum, but yeah, that's a very valid point. I was going to say something about that earlier. So
well, the thing with that is that we know our defense is going to be a top 10 defense. I don't think there's any question that our defense is going to be a top 10 defense. So we have a lot of guys on this offense going into training camp who are new, and Aaron Rodgers hasn't gotten to throw to them. Aaron Rodgers, he only played the 4 snaps during the season, so he only has so much experience with these guys. So this is just like training camp last year. It's almost the same thing. And to see them doing well in the one-on-one, first team offense versus first team defense, and every single of the 4 drives, the Jets moved down into the red zone. To me, that's a huge positive.
Absolutely, because
100.
not everybody's going to be able to do that against our defense.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like, and you got to realize too, the D is playing, but they're not playing game speed. No matter what you hear or what you think,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're all trying to avoid injuries. When it's actual real deal balls to the wall football season, no, dude, you might as well just slit your wrist over a piranha tank because they're not going to slow down. They're not going to try to not hurt you. They're just going to do their job. So
Do you guys know when we have any joint practices? Because we all know the preseason games are waste of time.
I know we have some.
No,
But
we
the
have
joint practices, the guys actually play.
Yeah, we have joint practices. From what I see, hold on. Actually, you know what? Before I go to the next clip, here is our joint or our practice and preseason and everything schedule. And I see we have a joint practice on here on August 8th with the Washington Redskins. That's 10:15 in the morning. And then we also have one with the New York Giants. That's to be announced at what time, but that's Wednesday, August 21st. But nothing in our away game. We play Carolina away, and I do not see. Now, this may only be the schedules for One Jets Drive. So we may have one. Yeah, we may have one down in Carolina, but it's not on this list that I have.
But we have one coming up this week. August 8th is what, Wednesday or so? Something like that.
Yeah, it says Thursday, August 8th,
Thursday,
10:15 a.m. Jets and Washington Commanders practice at the facility, at the Atlantic Health Training Facility. So that's what it's. So we will see. We will see about the away one at least.
That, to me, that's the best, training camp stuff is what are they doing? How are they looking preliminarily against other teams? Like, how are they looking against themselves is one thing. Like I said, it's a really, really good defense. We know that already. How's the offense going to look? How is the offense going to look against another team? How is the defense going to look against another team? We're rooting for our offense to succeed. If Rodgers throws 7 touchdown passes in practice, we go, oh, that's great for the offense. And then you look and you go, oh, defense gave up 7 touchdowns today. That's not a great look. But if Rodgers throws 7 picks, you go, God damn it, here we go again. And then you say, you know what? Defense
looks great.
So
you can't win.
Everything in training camp with a grain of salt, because no matter what, something's going to look positive, something's going to look negative, no matter what. But when you start facing other teams in training camp, that's when things really start to get interesting.
All right, I got 2 more clips. And by the way, all these clips are from Harrison Glazer. So I do want to give him credit, but I also want to make it clear that I didn't take these because if I took them, all of them would have been in landscape like your first 2 clips. These last 2 clips are in portrait mode. Thank you, Harrison. Appreciate that. But I'll go with this one first. We talked about Malachi Corley being the yards after catch guy. Watch him here. So this is pretty good. So this is Malachi Corley catching a pass. Look at where he catches the pass, and then he gets through. They don't even end up tackling him because he breaks a bunch of tackles, and they kind of just call you down at a certain point where you probably would have gotten tackled instead of just destroying somebody. But yeah, here it is. Okay, let's get to that. This is Malachi Corley, and watch the yards after on this.
Damn.
Is he our kick returner? With these new rules, is because all you got to do really, you break one, you might be done. Is Malachi Corley going to be our kick returner?
They have to be thinking about it.
I am not positive on that yet, but what I will say about that clip, and I'm going to play it again because it was so short. It was such a short clip.
Yeah,
you would think that there was this pile. You'd think that's where Malachi went down. It was not where he went down. He made it through that pile and kept going. But I also want to point out that pile is because watch 95 Quinnen Williams, the hustle. He almost caught Malachi Corley. So if you can both watch the fact that he gets through the pile, but first watch number 95, watch the hustle on Quinnen Williams in this. Here we go.
You're not wrong.
I mean, that dude's a stud.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Like when I clipped that, I just clipped it I was watching Malachi Corley, and then I watched it a couple more times because I was like, can I find a clip or whatever where I can get a little bit more from this? And then I was like, holy shit, look at fucking Quinton Williams running. Like that's a fast dude for like 300 plus
For as
pounds.
huge
He's got
as
to be
he is, that
300.
motherfucker's a cheetah.
Like that's incredible. Okay, so I showed you guys all the good stuff, right? We're still having problems with just the tip.
Yeah.
We got into the red zone. It was second down and we were at the 9. It was like second down and I don't know, goal maybe. I don't actually know where the drive started. But this is what happened and why it turned into a field goal from Greg the Leg. So here we go. Just the Tipman still being a problem.
Did you see what Saleh said though about it? He said it's a physical
excuse this time?
He said it's a physical thing. It's not a mental thing. There's a physical executional problem. And that to me is excellent. That means Justin Tip doesn't have the Tip with no yip, right? He doesn't have the yips. I'm really proud of myself.
I knew you were going to go there.
If it's physical, it can be fixed. If it's something fundamental, it can be fixed. If it's mental, then you're fucked.
How do you get this far in football, snapping the ball like that?
I mean, we didn't have this problem last year. He didn't have this problem in college.
No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. I actually today after that, I went online and I tried to find clips of Tippmann snapping the ball over his quarterback's head in college, and I couldn't find it. Like, what the fuck is the problem here? Like, and why we haven't signed Connor McGovern is beyond me. Get him in the house.
Let's sign Conor McGregor too.
I'll take anyone.
I'm sorry, but at this level, you should not be doing that. I don't. And Abe, I'm not giving you shit. I don't understand what you mean where it's a physical thing. Like, what, his wrists can't aim lower? What's the fucking deal?
Look, I don't know what it is. I could be. I have no inside information.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, when he says when
very possible
physical, what the hell does it mean?
Let's try and think that positive. I mean, we're Jets fans, so we don't. But let's try to think positive. We know that Tippmann and Rodgers got no work together last year. Maybe for all we know, Rodgers wants the ball coming at him in a certain angle, at a certain speed. And Tippmann is working on getting that correctly to him the way he wants it. And it's different than what he's done the last 5 years. So he's having to relearn and readjust how to do so. Again, I could be 1 billion %.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good take. I mean, we just don't know. My whole thing is this: if that's the issue, you two fuckheads go off on the sideline and spend a whole day snapping the goddamn ball and figure this out.
But again, if it's fundamentals and it's technique and it's the fundamentals, it can be worked on. If it's something in Tippmann's mind where he's just off and he's not getting it correctly,
gotta go.
Then we're fucked. But if it's a physical thing, physical things can be fixed and worked on.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing.
My whole thing is
not okay.
No, but my whole problem is that if okay, so when I started hearing that he was snapping high, I'm thinking in my head, okay, so Rodgers is doing this. Okay. When you're snapping it literally over Rodgers' fucking head where he can't even reach up and get it, that's a huge fucking problem.
But we've seen it's happened with other players. I mean, who is the center for Denver in the Super Bowl? Max Garcia snapped it over Peyton Manning's head. So like these things do happen from time to time. He was not the first one to do it.
From time to time, he's done it every single practice that we've had so far in training camp. Get it
out of the way now. Get all the kinks out now.
I want Aaron Rodgers to chew his ass like he does everybody else and fix him.
And I'm sure he does.
That really worries me.
All I'm
Because
gonna say is he better unfuck himself, or he's gonna be out of a job yesterday.
well, but that's the thing. Even okay, let's say he even gets it together, and we don't see snapping issues for most of the season. You know when the snapping issue is going to come up again, right?
No
in
problem.
a yeah, either in the playoffs or in a moment where we need a win, something to that effect, and all of us are going to sink into our couches watching the game and just be like, God damn it! Like we knew this was going to happen. And like I want to like Tippmann, I really do, but this is happening too much. It can't be happening every practice.
I think it's an overreaction. I really do. I think, can it be a long-term problem? Absolutely. But I'm so strong on this that because it's something that the coaches recognize the technique around it and what the issue is, and the fact that Salah's able to tell us that means that they know what the problem is. My foot was hurting for 3 weeks. Doctors took an x-ray. They couldn't tell me what was wrong. They said, we'll figure it out. I said, I'd rather it be a broken bone, because if you can see the problem, you can fix the problem. If they see the issue with Tippmann snapping, they can fix it. If they said, hey, everything's right, we just don't know what's wrong, then it's an issue. The fact that they can see the problem means that the problem can be fixed. And we have a month until the season starts. I think plenty of time to get it done.
No, there's plenty of time to fix the problem, but it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed now.
And I think it is. The fact that we all see it's getting addressed.
A channel member, Sean, comes in. I appreciate it. Member of the Midnight Mafia. By the way, folks, if you can, join the channel. It's less than a cup of coffee per month. And you just go down below, hit the dollar symbol next to the comments, and join. And you get it by the end of each month, you get a free super chat and all that. But Sean says, was he doing it in college? And I don't know if you caught it, but I did say that I did look it up. But if anyone has more information than I was able to look up earlier today, please show it to me. Because if he was doing it in college, then it's not his fault. It's Joe Douglas's fault for drafting him. You know, when we get to draft time, you're mostly looking at highlights of guys. You're not looking at their low lights or whatever you want to call them. So I would like to see if someone knows like I said, I tried to do some research and I didn't find anything. So
here's the thing also, even if he has got a problem snapping the ball, even if he does, he looked good last year when he played guard as well. I'm not throwing Joe Tippmann, a second-round pick, off this team in his second year because of a snapping issue. There's more to the position than just snapping the ball. So I think he would still have significant value as a starting guard in this league. And if you have to get somebody else to snap it, if Elijah Vera Tucker has to slide over, if John Simpson has to slide over, we figure it out. And you just let it roll. Timmons too good of an offensive lineman just to say we're done with this guy.
But at the same time, if he can't handle the center duties, he needs to be replaced.
Yes, but replaced at the position, but not necessarily replaced on the offensive line.
Saying, if you can't hack it, move over and give somebody who knows what they're doing a shot.
Yeah, and you're right. Actually, Abe, a lot of people in the comments, I believe me, folks, I am trying to read through your comments. A lot of people are saying we can move him over to guard, and I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, but the if he cannot snap 99.9% of the time, and once again, it's not even like it's like he's doing long snaps. It's just shotgun. It's just the shotgun formation that he's having this problem, and it's not like he's overshooting Morstead, even further back. And I don't know. I'm just. That it really bothers me. Kim, channel member, says Salah said they are asking him to do new things that maximize his athleticism, and he's working on that technical side of that. So
we'll see.
We will see. We will see.
Still a month away. I mean, there's no reason nobody's hitting the panic button, but as Jets fans, we're always going to focus on the bad.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think we're overreacting to it. I understand the severity of what it can be. I think we're early on. I think it's an overreaction.
If it were 3 weeks from now and this was going on, we would not be overreacting. But it's not.
Correct.
So.
100%. It's like a baseball player working on a new pitch, right? If you're a pitcher and you're working on a new pitch and you can't throw that changeup for
New pitch.
but it is, Mike.
God.
But it absolutely is. That's like saying, you've been pitching your whole life. What do you mean you can't throw strikes? Well, you're throwing the ball a different way. Now he's working on something different. He's clearly doing something differently. The fact that there's a fundamental issue that they're working on him doing things differently. That being the case, to me, is like him throwing a new pitch, and he's just got to get it down.
Look, that motherfucker better go to the knuckleball if he has to. All right, I've read ball 4.
By the way, what's up, Monique? Good to have you, channel member. She's always very loyal to the show. I appreciate that. But hey, there's things that I'm telling you right now, I probably couldn't learn to run routes at the age I'm at now. My mind is slipping. I probably couldn't catch a fastball flung by Aaron Rodgers while running a route. I probably couldn't block Quinnen Williams coming at me. But I think that if Rodgers was in the shotgun and all they asked me to do, they said, hey, don't block anybody. Nobody's going to hit. We just need you to snap the ball to Rodgers.
Put the ball in his hand.
I have a feeling I can fucking do it between his head at 6'3" and his knees at, what is that, like 2 feet off the ground. That gives me 4 feet of target.
Yeah, if I could throw a wiffle ball into a lawn chair in the strike zone, I feel like I could hit that.
Hey, get out there. Get out there. Just
yeah, there's a lot of call for a 5'6" center who's closer to 50 than he is 40.
Yeah.
Mike,
and I'm sure the Jets front office watches this show. Just get in touch.
Mike, you got your stickers you're sending to me. I'll send you a second badge that I got, and you just take it down to practice. You flash it. You get yourself in the middle of the field. You say, hey, don't worry about it. I got a badge. I'm good to go. And then you just try snapping the ball and just see what happens.
Yeah, I'll go into my Klecko jersey or something. No one will notice that I'm just waltzing on the field all old and fat.
Just a blank white jersey with the number 69 in black, not green on it.
Infrared may have a point here. Ever since Tippmann got married, he's been slipping. Yeah, well, Tippmann, the tip is slipping. Like you guys are saying, it's.
We will see.
I think he's got just the yips.
I really liked him last year. I really did.
I think he'll be.
I'll tell you what.
It'll probably be okay.
I'll tell you what. I like him. I like him more than Hassan Reddick. So
yeah, at least he's
I've
there.
been talking about that situation. I don't care anymore. Like, show up, don't show up. This team, we're gonna play. We're gonna play the team that's on the field. And if you want to sit there and lose money in and out, whatever. It means nothing to me. I don't care. I'm over this guy. I'm over the situation because it's like the most negative thing about Jets training camp, which everybody wants to talk about. And there's way too much good going on to waste more time on this.
I don't think there is enough time. I want him off the team.
That's not going to happen.
I want him off the team.
He's not even on the team. He's not even on the team.
Well, look, you're. I mean, technically, I guess you're right. He doesn't show up. He's not on the team. Yeah. But I want them to literally release him. I want them to release Hassan Reddick. I don't care what he offers. This is so disrespectful to a new team that he can go kick rocks and get the fuck out of here. I'm done.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
Not gonna happen.
Back McGovern. All right.
Reddick's not going anywhere. Just realistically,
he'll just sit there and
he's not going to go anywhere because Joe Douglas and Woody Johnson and Robert Saleh are little bitches and don't have the balls to tell him to go fuck himself. Like I said, God forbid I was in the Jets head office, and that's why I'm not. Honestly, like this is a prime example because of my temper.
Emotional to be in the Jets head office.
Absolutely. Fuck him. I don't give a shit.
Last year, he'd have been like, "Oh, your Achilles got fucked up. Get the fuck out of here." If you wanted to be on this team, your Achilles would be fine.
No, there is a difference. There is 100% a difference between getting injured and just completely spitting in the face of the entire organization and the fans. I fully blame Joe Tippmann's appearance on Asman for his recent struggles. They didn't start until that interview. Well, if we're gonna go, so we're gonna give Tippmann the benefit of the doubt and then now put the blame on Jake Asman. I don't know about that.
I don't even know who Jake Asman is.
I've I think I'm going to be doing a recorded interview with him. I think I'm going to be doing a recorded interview with Jake.
That'll be
because
cool.
I've been talking to him for a little while, back and forth, and we just can't match up live times because he's not usually available 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
To quit our jobs, so.
How dare you have a job in the middle of the day, like a human?
Yeah, I mean, like I work during the day. Sorry. Hey, look, if I could Jets content create literally all day, every day, I'd probably do it. But that's just not in the cards for me right now. I just can't do it.
Nope. All right, fellas, it's time for me to.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, yeah, time for me to skedaddle. So we will talk to hopefully Mike, you and Tommy, Jets Uncovered this Tuesday night, Wednesday morning for all you regular people out there, and then as always, I'm always here for you guys.
Appreciate
you, brother. Thank you, Abe.
I'll talk to you.
I assume Boomtown is talking about my take on Reddick, and that's fine. I have no problem being the person who tells Hassan, you know what, Joe Douglas, if you aren't man enough, I live like 2 hours away from One Jets Drive. My mom lives 5 minutes down the road. I'll go one weekend. I'll hang out. You call me over. I'll come in. I'll call him. I'll even say it to his face. Not a problem. It's not like the dude's going to attack me. And I'll tell him, look, man, get the fuck off the team. How about that?
Do
it. It's so frustrating. And once again, had he played just one season with us and gotten 7 or 8 sacks, I'm not expecting.
Yeah, no, we don't need him to be the be all end all, but show up, earn a new contract.
Exactly.
It's not like the Jets won't offer you one. And I can think about it, if they went to the Super Bowl, there'd be no way they wouldn't offer almost everybody new contracts.
Clancy, Abe's not getting shit. What's up, Gangrene fam? Hope all is well. Everyone, Tippmann will be fine. But let's give a shout out to Fashanu. Yes,
he's having a great camp.
Yes, he has. Dude is consistently killing it, and not hearing anything about him is great, Mr. Consistency. Not hearing anything about him, I'm seeing him.
All we're hearing is positive. Everybody's like, dude, he's playing well. He's learning. Yeah, the Hellhounds, Clancy. I was gonna bring this up, but I'm glad you did. All you hear is Fashanu is just learning. He's a sponge. He's picking up the knowledge. He's playing amazing, and I'm stoked about it.
Guys, we have a few minutes, and we're going to be going to our intermission report, which of course includes
Mike and Maddie's top 5.
So I need you guys in your minds to start getting a top 5 together, because we want your top 5s. We will pick one as usual here on our Saturday night show. We will pick one of your top 5s, and then all of you guys help me and Maddie come up with our top 5s by giving yours in the comments section, by giving us suggestions, all of that's coming up very shortly. But the last thing I do want to talk about is, and this is just a stupid aside, and it's me, I'm a uniform guy. The Jets are wearing their pants from last year with that stupid pointy fin thing on it.
Well, yeah,
I hate it.
Money. Who cares?
What do you mean they're saving money?
Yeah,
that was the worst.
They're using old shit at training camp. That's what you do.
Get the fuck out of here.
Did you ever play any sports? You use the old ghetto shit for practice.
This is a professional football team that just got rid of the literal most unlucky, ugly uniforms in the history of our team, and they're out there right now wearing them. Get those those fucking pants.
They're just gonna use them up the top. You're making a big deal out of absolutely nothing.
No, it's not a big deal. It's called content to talk about in a 2-hour show, and it's something that grinded my fucking gears.
Okay, you're making filler out of absolutely nothing, because
that's fair. That's more fair.
Practice in, like, who cares? Honestly, they're not paying attention to that shit. Okay, you care, you fucking fashionista, but the rest of the world is like, fuck it. Use old gear. Use fucking worn up shoulder pads. Use whatever works. It doesn't have to look pretty.
This is not the 1970s. They have already painted the new Jets logo across One Jets Drive in the background of all that so they could get painters out there and people to paint the entire stadium?
Yeah, and you know what?
They
save
can't just
money
get in the
using
new
old
pants?
fucking pants. Who cares?
Get the
This
fucking
is
new
your
pants in.
dumbest argument ever.
Get the fucking new pants in here.
This is absolutely
now.
your dumbest argument ever.
No,
You boys
it's been
better
probably-
look fantastic at practice.
No, and you know what? They don't look fantastic because they're wearing like they're wearing the jerseys that are very much toned down, where it's literally just
it's
the
just
number.
green and white.
Yeah, that's
I get
fine.
it.
Dude,
Who
put them in
gives a
plain
fuck
green
about
pants.
The pants. What? They should
put them
throw
in,
them out.
Matty, put them in plain green pants. They don't even need the stripes.
You don't need to buy new pants. You got a bunch of
Get
fucking
those-
throwaway pants.
Get
for
those
practice.
unlucky piece of garbage uniforms as far away from this team as possible. I'm not superstitious, as Michael Scott says, but I'm a little stitious.
Well, you're a
Get
little
those
tarded too.
fucking
This
pants.
is the dumbest argument you've
I
ever
don't care.
fucking had.
Dude, when I saw him last
I don't
week,
give a
gave
shit if they're out there in white tights for practice. Who fucking
give them the
cares?
white tights. I'll take the
I don't
white
care if they're
tights.
dressed like Barishnikov.
Give them
It's
fucking black
practice.
yoga pants. I'll be fine.
Oh, all right,
Those-
yeah. You know what? I want the Jets to have Lululemon stickers on their helmets if that'll make you fucking happy.
Those uniforms are a curse.
They're not a curse. They're
They are-
gone.
they are-
why.
they're
That's
not
why
gone.
they're getting the
They're not
disrespect
gone.
of being relegated to being like, you're never going to see the field again. We're just going to use you for practice and throw you away when you're worn out.
Get them
It's
out of here.
Not wasteful. It's
Get them
smart
the fuck
and it's
outta
good
here.
for the environment. You know what? Why do you hate Mother
Good
Earth?
for the environment. I don't give a
Why
fuck.
do you hate
about
Mother
them.
Earth?
I do. I don't give a shit.
I hope Greenpeace pickets your house.
You know what?
You
Do
know, I'm
what they
sending
do.
Greta Thunberg over there, and she's going to say, how dare you? And see, I'm right, because you froze up. That's why. God's on my side. America. You see that, chat? This is what happens. Never, ever cross Uncle Lexi over here. See? Just frozen. Frozen, because the argument sucks. America. Now I got to talk about some shit. All right. Hopefully Mike will be back soon. I don't think it matters what you practice. I know Mike is a little stitious, but in general, like, fuck them. Use up those pants and throw them out. Get your money's worth. You know, I mean, if nothing else, this team, if it does better for the team to save money and do better community events, whatever else they need to do, I'm for it. I hope he's seeing this live and losing his mind, by the way. But no, he's right. Those pants suck. You know, let's give him some credit. But for practice, who the fuck cares? You know, like, it's just practice, you know, and it's preseason. Let them practice in it. Oh, okay, cool. But that said, guys, we're getting close to the Matty Midnight Show. Thank you, Nate. We're getting close to the halftime, the intermissions report. So do come up with some of those things. What else is going on? I have to say, having watched the game, the kickoffs are very strange to watch now. Do you guys like them? Do you not like them? And, you know, in general, like, let's be honest, it's a different game right now to me, it feels like. It feels like special teams are going to be a lot bigger deal. And I don't know. I mean, what is anybody else's thoughts on this? I can't highlight stuff, so I'll have to read your stuff out. No, Rusty Spooner, 100%. Let's get grass. Save money on the uniforms, put grass on the field. Yeah, I agree, Sean. I don't like the kickoffs, but they may grow on me. Nate says kickoffs will add fun. I want to see it in practice for a little while. I mean, how many times has something changed in a sport you love and you've at first really resist it, and then you're like, not a bad idea. That's okay. So, yeah, again, I'm going to give it a shot. It's just very different, you know. I mean, from what we've all grown up on, it's like, holy shit, dude, why is everybody like 4 feet from each other? So it'll be interesting though. Other shit, again, I was gonna, you know, I can go on again about having Tyrod just generally makes me feel better as far as the team goes. I'm wondering if the thunderstorm just fucked up Mike's whole fucking computer out there, or like it zapped the power line. It's 100% better than last year, Kim. Well, hosting a show by yourself is harder than I thought it was, kids. Let's see what else we got. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I agree, Sean. But Clancy with the argument that it was broke. I don't know about that, but I missed the movie Powder. I don't look like powder. I got a little son. That said, what else we got going on? What do you guys want to talk about here? You're gonna have to help me out because usually Mike kind of runs all this. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, shit, Daniel, you do a 3-hour show and you somehow make it work. So I should follow this and start taking notes and shit. Devin Hester is laughing right now. XFL kickoff's pretty cool. Oh, now we have some Discord in the comments. I like that. I think Mike got hit by a lightning bolt. That's what I think, too. Apparently, that thunderstorm just fucking ruined everything out in Connecticut. I feel like if you've ever seen that movie Drop Dead Gorgeous at the very end where Kirsten Dunst just takes over the mic for the reporter who got shot, I feel like that right now. Let's see. I can't bring in guests. I don't have any admin powers, so we're just going to basically have to listen to me ramble for a while. Mike should be taking a bong rip. Well, maybe he is. You never know. And good for you, Clancy. I like that. Yeah, apparently it was very rainy out there. That said, though, like, let's talk about Alan Lazard a little bit. Do you guys think he stays on the team, or do you think maybe they try to trade him? What are your thoughts on that? Because, you know, he is having a hell of a camp, and part of me thinks that he might make the team and just stay. You know, like if he performs well, I do think Rodgers will have a lot to say about that too. I think Rodgers will be like, you know, you got him because I wanted him. He's performing the way we want, and I don't think he goes anywhere. So, you think traded, Monique? It's possible. I mean, I'm all for it, especially if they can get something for him to do it. Who's this fucking guy ruining my show? Welcome back.
Dude, I've never had that happen.
Did your computer shut down?
Did you get my text?
Yeah, I saw your text, but like, was it just the computer? The whole power went out.
Whole computer just went down.
Is it overheating?
I have no idea. It's never happened before.
That's weird. You might want to pop the side off of it and let it breathe a little bit.
Pop what?
Like take the side off of your computer just so it gets a little air.
It doesn't feel too hot.
No, I mean, never hurts to. Yeah, that's right. Maddie's World. God help us all. Throw a fan next to it. Just, I mean, it might be a quick fix for tonight if nothing else.
We're gonna try to get through the episode. If it happens again,
yeah, we'll be all right.
We'll figure something out.
You guys are fucking screwed because I'm out of shit to talk about.
Get rid of these pants.
Football. I've been faking this.
Get rid of the pants.
Oh yeah, we're back on this nonsense. I'm gonna send Greta Thunberg over there. How dare you?
All right. We got Mike and Maddie's top 5 coming up.
It's top 5 time, guys. What do you got for us?
Hold on, wait. Someone just jumped in. So I want to bring him on and we'll talk to him real quick. And then we'll get to Mike and Maddie's top 5. He hasn't been here for a little while. What's up, Sean?
This fucking guy.
What's up, Maddie? What's up, Mike?
Time you brought your ass over here.
Yeah, I know, right? Had to hide.
I just sent this fucking guy a care package. I thought he was dead.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I got it. Got the Viking stuff. Really appreciate that, Maddie. Thank you.
It was for those of you that obviously don't know, which is all of you. I buy stupid fucking gumball shit. So I always buy it until I find the Jets one, and I got like 1,000 different Vikings things. They got a tiny shot glass, a little hat, and everything. So I sent them out to Sean.
I didn't know you were in Colorado.
Awesome. Oh yeah, I'm in Denver.
That's pretty cool. My sister's in Colorado Springs, and now she's in San Antonio military. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, a lot of people go to the military in the Springs.
Yeah. So what's on the agenda tonight, guys?
I don't know. We're just hoping Mike can stay for the whole show.
Oh,
he's freezing again. Look, it happened.
It's getting dicey.
Oof. I'm telling you, dude, get a fan on your computer. That might be it.
No. I'm still here.
Okay. Sean, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Okay.
I was going to say, did you guys see that Orlovsky take about the Jets trade when they traded for Rodgers this week?
No.
Well, he said that if they don't win the Super Bowl or make a serious run this year, it's going to be the worst trade in NFL history.
No.
Yeah, and I thought exactly the same thing immediately.
That's just a little fucking overboard on that. I mean,
he's usually pretty grounded. It was such an awful take.
That's a bit harsh. I mean, shit, dude, the Jamal Adams trade is a worse trade than that. And worked out in the
Ricky
Jets
Williams, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
Herschel Walker.
that feels like it's like that's the shit a guy who hates the Jets would say.
Yeah, it's just
You know what I mean? He's just gonna dunk on the Jets and be like, "Yeah, see how fucking dumb they are."
even Boston Connor was saying no. Actually, no, that's not the worst trade. So if a Patriots fan was sticking up for the Jets fan, that's bad.
That's a little much. I mean, would it not be a great? Yeah, I mean, obviously the trade didn't work and it blew up in your face, but that's not the worst trade.
For a second round pick.
Yeah, I mean, come the fuck on, man. If nothing else, even if nothing else happens, it generated so much excitement about the Jets. That's almost worth it alone.
Yeah, I mean, he's still obviously firmly entrenched as the guy. So
yeah, that's fucking nonsense.
Many teams would still love to have their guy.
Now let me ask you this, Sean, if you guys can hear me. I've seen such a conflicting reports from Vikings camp. Like I'm seeing beautiful dimes being thrown by JJ McCarthy, but then I'll see stuff that is just looks like a mess. So what are you seeing?
Yeah, how's it going out there?
I'm hearing that he's actually done pretty well, and he's actually at times outplayed Bradford. But they said he struggled yesterday or the day before, but he bounced back with a good practice after that. So you're going to get struggles as a rookie no matter what. It's not you can't escape it. And I'm sure even Caleb Williams, he'll have times where he's going to look immaculate, and other times where he's going to look miserable. But with JJ, I think they're still not going to rush him. So however much time it takes, and if for some reason they feel like he is doing better than Bradford, even though they're going to pay Bradford $6 million and $10 million with incentives, they're going to make the best decision. But they're definitely not. They don't feel any pressure to have to rush McCarthy out there.
I have to say. Go ahead. You go ahead.
All right. No, I started off seeing great stuff, and I was like, "Holy crap! Like, look at him throw!" And then I started to see other things, and I actually haven't seen anything from Darnold.
Yeah, I haven't really seen. I just have heard like the rumblings on the accounts and everything. I'm looking on Twitter and everything. I've seen some clips here and there, but just mostly people just talking about how he's kind of just been average, Darnold at best. And I still think once he gets everyone on the same page with the first team offense and everything, I think all those weapons will only make Darnold better than average. I mean, I'd say great, but I just still think as long as he doesn't turn the ball over too much.
Ricky, channel member, comes in. He says Mike froze like Zach Wilson in the face of a pass rush. What's going on? Sorry, man. I don't know what's going on.
Ricky, I love you, but as bad as your internet's been, you really don't get to talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, we're here to talk, Ricky.
I love you. You know you're my boy. You and me are old rock and roll boys, but yeah, come on now.
I recently got into the card collecting Instagrams on social media, and I saw one about Zach. These guys were talking about their biggest losses. They bought high and they tried to sell, and by the time they sold it, they lost like hundreds or thousands of dollars on these picks. And one of them was Zach Wilson.
Well, working at the sports court, the sports collectible store, we do a lot of cards.
And
it's funny just to watch the market. Like it's just I'm like
volatile.
It's so fucking crazy. I mean, that Skynes guy from Pittsburgh, who's that amazing pitcher right now. Skeens, whatever his name is. He's hot as shit, but it's like pitchers get used up and chewed up so fast. It's like if I got his shit right now, I'd sell it immediately. Yeah, if I had a rookie card of his, I mean that's just because in 2 years it's probably going to be like
Rusty Spooner comes in. He says.
Sam is a USC quarterback.
Oh, sorry. He says Sam is a USC QB. They suck and our backups at best. Yeah. But that, yeah.
I mean, there's not much evidence to prove otherwise in terms of.
Can I ask you something, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is SummerSlam 2 nights now?
Is this? No, it's just tonight. It's only tonight. It's right now. Yeah, because they're only doing one night. Yeah, they moved it to Saturday. I think they started doing that like I don't know if they did it last year. They might have done it last year.
Their audience doesn't have a fucking date.
Yeah, I think they figured Sundays wasn't always the best night for pay-per-views, so they can capitalize. Because I mean, I don't know, it just depends. But Mania obviously is always going to be 2 nights from now. I didn't like the new 2 nights for Mania at first, but it's just once I know that they're not going to change that, it is what it is. I just kind of settled into it.
All right. Well, Sean, listen, we were just about to go into our intermission report to do our top Mike and Maddie's top 5. I wish
Yeah.
you would have called in a little earlier, but I
my
appreciate
bad.
you calling in, and I will still try and get you links before each show. I actually forgot for a little while, and Maddie said
Oh,
you
you
were
gave me the link today. Sorry, I should have called her. I should have called sooner.
I'm just glad to see
No,
it,
that's
dude.
cool,
We haven't
but
seen
you were
in a
you
while,
sick?
Said you were sick and stuff. So
I've been dealing with some chronic stuff, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So I'll keep you guys in the loop, and it's just been a little frustrating. That don't always have all the energy.
well, you're in our thoughts, dude.
Okay, okay. Well, hopefully you feel better.
Appreciate it,
Yep.
guys.
So you start talking about stupid
All
wrestling
right.
shit.
No, I just had that question because I know WrestleMania was moved to 2 nights, and then people were talking about SummerSlam being on tonight, and I'm like, did they? Because for me, I'm an old school wrestling fan, so wrestling pay-per-views were always a Sunday. So I was like, did they make SummerSlam 2 nights? So, I don't know. But anyway, okay. It is now time. I saw a thing in there from Ricky NY. He said, is there any criteria for the top 5? No, there's not criteria, except we try to keep it a somewhat generic, only so
not
that
too
everyone
specific.
can be a part of it. So we don't try to, yeah, exactly. We just try to keep it like, what did we do last week? I don't even remember.
Top 5.
That was a
cartoon
crazy
characters.
show because I had just gotten back. There you go. Top 5 cartoon characters we
No,
did
not
last
only
week.
did
How
you just
easy
get
is
back,
that?
but we ran for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours almost.
Well, yeah, that's because everyone started paying us to stay on until midnight.
Oh, I'm your Huckleberry.
All right, here we go. Got to get to the intermission report and Mike and Maddie's top 5. So, and then after that, I will try to bring in people. It all depends on my internet, truthfully. But I will drop the link in for people to call in, and hopefully that will work out. But like I said, start getting in your top 5s now, folks, because it is time for the intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
I will tell you what, Maddie. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me okay? Okay. I'll tell you this. I really do enjoy that. And usually, oh, by the way, I think Bobby's officially done with our show. I think he hates us.
Yeah, dude, he clearly broke up with us. He ghosted us. Like,
Yeah, and that's fine because I have gotten a lot of people messaging me and whatever, being like, no more Bobby for 20 minutes. And I'm like, I love Bobby. I love
dude,
Bobby.
you can't not love Bobby.
But it is what it is. All right, I'm popping over to the comments. We're gonna see what kind of top 5s, if any, are in here. Top 5 hair metal bands. That's you, Maddie.
Well, look, I'm a part of the show. I can vote for shit.
Top 5 choices between two. It is.
Daniel's
I
just
agree,
trolling
and I
us.
also like this one. No, I like that. Top 5 choices between 2 slices of bread. It's basically what is your favorite sandwich? Yeah. Oh, Clancy. Now you're talking because we're showing
that's a good one.
top 5 movie theater candy. Ooh, that is pretty good.
That's a good one.
Oh boy,
Clancy with
okay.
the home run there.
Clancy might have the winner there. Cleveland Browns thinking about trading Deshaun Watson to the Giants. Why? Like the Giants need to figure out their Daniel Jones situation, and this is the year they have to do it. You know, I
don't see Deshaun Watson getting traded to the Giants.
But even if it's like the Giants need to know what they have. They just gave this guy a huge contract.
They gave him a huge contract. They're not. I think not this season.
Oh, Scott Foster, you might have a winner here.
Yep.
Top 5 beers. That might be it.
Yeah, I think that might be our winner.
That's a good one. And
though, if we do that, I say we take Clancy's movie snacks for next week. Just call it now.
Or these are very simple ones. We could just double it up. Sometimes we double up simple ones.
Yeah, when we double it up, though, I feel like it cheapens it.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's the thing that makes Clancy have to come back next week because we're doing his thing next week. It's really just taking him for ransom.
All right, then what I will do is at the top of my page here, I'm going to put in movie theater snacks as a future top 5 because that's really good. But it's hard when you're talking to me and Maddie to not do top 5 beers.
Yeah, I mean, we're both functional alcoholics.
All right. I'd say only at night.
Yeah, well, that's
I never
you and I
day drink.
differ, my friend. Oh, I love day drinking.
I day drink. I like day drinking when it's like a barbecue or a birthday party or something. I
like day drinking when it's light out.
Okay, that's fair. So maybe not on rainy days.
No, there's still sunshine.
Okay, so just any day.
Basically, look, if I've been awake for half hour, 45 minutes, it's go time.
I don't know about this one, by the way. I prefer 2004 Nicole Richie Between My Bread. 2004 Nicole Richie, when she first became famous with The Simple Life, she was a little bit too meaty for me. And her body had a weird shape. And I know I shouldn't be judging women based on their appearance, but you brought it up. At that time, I would have rather had Paris. So it is what it is. I don't know. All right. And look, hey, we love drinking. We love drinking, but we also are extremely proud of people who do shit like this. Valerie been sober 10 years.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, our way is not the way.
No.
Honestly, I would
definitely not.
I would tell people, much like Barkley, I am not a role model. No.
Anything we say, probably not. All right, there you go. That's when she thinned down a little bit, Dano. Thank you. And it wasn't even, you know what? Honestly, it wasn't even the weight. It wasn't even the weight. It was the shit. It was she looked like a melted candle. It just, I don't know. It wasn't. And once again, that's not even like it's because only reason I'm judging her like this is because she's a celebrity. And of course, Dano brought it up. So all complaints, the complaint department is Dano Jets. There's your complaint department. He brought it up. But okay, top 5 beers, folks. That's what we're doing here tonight on the Midnight Mike Show. Valerie, how about your top 5 soda pops? No, we can't do that because we'll probably be doing that in the future. I don't know. I don't know what to do for you, Valerie. Just stick around. All right, here we go.
I'm going to start with my honorable mention, which was Stella. I'm sorry, but after the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, anything Anheuser-Busch, I don't drink anymore. So
I'm actually the same way. I vote
with my dollars. I love Stella, but I'm not going to support Anheuser-Busch for that nonsense. Fun fact about Stella, in England, Stella is called wife beater because it's like the cheap beer in England. So like you see a guy like, the domestic disputes, there's always Stella involved. So if you're ever in the UK and you want to order a Stella, just go order a pint of wife beater, and that's what they'll give you.
Nice.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Well, I want to give everybody the warning, the trigger warning, that I am going to, with my beer selection, show how white trash I actually am.
I think they already knew.
Okay, good, because I didn't want any surprises.
Like, I'm the one not wearing sleeves, but they still.
They still know. All right, let's. Oh, guys.
You want to start us off this time? Or you want me to start us?
See that, Scott? I don't know how smart this is.
Yeah,
because all
Scott, can we not try to fucking force Valerie into a fucking relapse, please? She's on a roll, and if there's nothing else that sports fans respect, it's the streak. And Valerie has the ultimate streak. We're proud of her.
Infrared, it's on my list. I'm just not telling you where.
I feel like Infrared drank like 14 of those already tonight because his man's a dude. If you've ever seen pictures of Infrared, not just his face,
favorite in here,
man is a unit. I guarantee you, Infrared could drink like a case of beer in a night and be like, "Yeah, I got to go to work at 6 tomorrow," and get up just fine. The guy's a fucking beast.
Oh yeah, most likely.
Infrared's a fucking mandible.
So I would have said the same thing as you before the whole Dylan Mulvaney garbage. I would have put Budweiser, plain Budweiser, as probably my top 3 because it was just the go-to beer. It's Budweiser.
Yeah,
it's
so no
the
muss, no
Clydesdales.
fuss. Everybody has it. You can always find it.
But now
no,
my list, my
that
list
shit
has
turned me
changed. Yeah, and I haven't bought one since. Haven't bought
me
a
neither.
Bud Light, nothing.
Nope, no Bud, no
but
Bud
here we
Light,
go.
no Stella, no nothing.
My number 5, simple, easy to drink, and this is where the white trash comes in because you already heard I love Budweiser and Bud Light. I'm gonna go Miller Lite.
Ooh, I cannot drink Miller products.
No?
There's something about it. I just don't like the taste. And for years out here in Colorado, Miller had the concert venue cornered, like that. You either bought Miller products or you had to buy hard liquor. So for from 01 to 014, it was only Miller at concerts. So I drank a lot of hard
014?
liquor. Yeah,
You could just
20
say 14.
014, so 014 counts, but Lord.
You could just say 14 at that point.
Listen, Count Dicula. I'm doing my thing and I
Change
fucked up.
the pants. Change the goddamn practice pants to current pants.
Did we just fucking have a glitch in the Matrix and go back in time to this argument? Did
Anytime
a fucking black
anytime
cat
say
walk in front of you?
Anytime you say something that I don't like, I'm just gonna scream
You're
change
just
the
gonna
pants.
scream change the pants.
Change the pants. New inside joke on the show, folks. So remember that one.
We're gonna sell shirts that just say change the pants.
The logo of the
I
show.
hope you had a hell of a piss, Arnold. Now change the pants. All right, my number 5
That's
also
a great reference.
Oh, absolutely. My number 5 also pretty white trash. I'm going with Coors Light. Coors Light's the same thing. Domestic, easy to find. I genuinely like Coors Light better than Bud anyways. It's just, you're basically drinking water with a little bit of yeast and hops in it, but it's money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I actually prefer and it's not only just whatever, but Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai has helped me out. I've been drinking the Coors Banquet recently.
Dude, yeah, he brought Coors Banquet back to the forefront. What's funny is my brother can't gain weight because fuck him, I hate him so much for that. And he drinks he calls it Coors Heavy, and he just fucking all right, yeah. I mean, I was gonna anyways. You got me there, Scott Foster.
Well, we were originally going to just drink both. We were going to do the
Actually, the real thing was you were doing shots and then getting a beer, but I just don't like Miller, so I was like, all right, just give me as much vodka and whatever cheap shit you can throw in a fucking plastic cup. So yeah, Coors Light's mine. So yeah, we both kind of started off on the same foot. Just shitty, cheap domestic beer.
I'm going to go even shittier technically.
Oh god.
But all those guys who are spouting Yuengling. Yuengling is a Pennsylvania beer, oldest brewery in the United States. It's an awesome beer, but do you guys, you Danos, you infrareds, all you people know Lion's Head beer? Lion's Head is a very local Pennsylvania beer that when I was poor and I first moved to Philadelphia, that was the beer to get. Not only was it it was, you know what, it was just akin to Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light. It was in that family. But the cool thing is when you pop the top off a bottle of Yuengling, I'm sorry, not Yuengling, Lion's Head, it had one of those little puzzles on it where it would be it had different pictures, and it's, you had to sound out what the pictures said. You know what I'm talking about?
I was hoping you would say that it roared, it had just a little.
That would be cool.
But you'd be paying $19 a beer now.
Yeah, so just because I have a lot of nostalgia for it.
So it's the Snapple of beers.
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, I have nostalgia for it. I drank it for many years, and I even in my later years in Philly, when I had more money, every now and then I'd go out and I'd grab some Lion's Head. No big deal. But yeah, Lion's Head.
Just feeling retro, every once in a while, I'll be like, let me remember what it was like drinking when I was 18. Let me go get a fucking 40 of Mickey's. Put my house of paint.
Some Beast Ice.
And a little fucking MD 2020 for you young people that don't remember that. All right, my number 4 is Guinness. I like Guinness. It took me a long time to like Guinness. But yeah, I like a good Guinness. Every once in a while you want a good, nice stout, and Guinness is a good, solid go-to for a good stout.
Absolutely. And I'm going to repeat exactly what you just said for my number 3. It took me a long time to end up liking Guinness.
Yeah.
But now I love it. And actually, I've drank it a bunch of times on this show. and I love Guinness now.
Guinness is once you join the cult, you'll never leave.
But the thing is that by looking at it, like my wife and my father-in-law always liked Guinness, and when you look at it as a Budweiser drinker or as a Coors Light drinker,
it's like intimidating.
Yeah, and you look at it and you're like, oh God, because like I am not an
I'm
IPA.
Drinking a loaf of bread for
yeah, like I'm not an IPA, like all those like stupid brewery.
No,
like
I do not like IPAs at
they're
all.
gross. They're fucking gross. They taste like shit. You can't. How do you enjoy drinking that? So when you look at a Guinness, that's what I picture. That's what the taste I picture.
At least Guinness is served cold. A lot of IPAs are like room temperature, and you're like, fuck that.
Well, it's served cold here. Is it served cold in Ireland?
I believe so.
I don't know about that, man. They serve a lot of their beer, all their beers like warm.
I'm pretty sure Guinness is like stouts and like cheap domestic like Stellas and whatnots are still served cold over there. I'll ask a buddy of mine. I'll find out for next week.
All right, yeah. So anyway, Guinness is my number 3.
Very good, very good. My number 3 is it's from the Avery Brewing Company. It's called Electric Sunshine. It's a tarted fruit ale, and I really
you're a tarted fruit.
No, it's not slander if it's true. Fuck you. No, but it's really good. It's a sour like tart ale, and I've just kind of discovered it by accident. And they for 2 years they've said it's a limited edition beer, but yet it's always at the store. But it's by Avery Brewing Company. I like it. I think it's good. You either love it or you hate it, though. My neighbor, who is 83 years old and from Hungary, and man, the history lessons this dude has told me are fucking crazy. But I brought some over there to his place one day, and he was like, nah, I don't like it. But we still got shithoused. But you either love it or you hate it, but I like it. I think it's pretty good.
Scott Foster comes on and says, Guinness from the can is the best. Scott.
I agree.
I disagree.
I'll take tap if they have it, but I'll take it over the bottle.
No, but even when you get the can, it's has the nitro in it, and it has the little ball, so that when you pour it into your stein or into your pint glass, it's basically a draft. Like that's how it's made. It's specifically done like that. So get your can, and you're supposed to pour it hard. So you get the can, you pop it, you let the nitro, and then you pour it as fast as you can into it, and then you get all that cool like waving, like it looks like that back when you go to the
hearing anything negative here.
No, I'm saying you don't. I'm wondering if he's saying he drinks it out of the can.
No, I guarantee you, that's not what he's saying. He's saying Guinness from the can is because of the nitro, 100%.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean if I'm wrong, Scott, please correct me, but that's my deal. Rusty, Zima is only good if you put a watermelon Jolly Rancher in. Okay, this is America. If I need a frat girl to get drunk and pull her pants down, that's my go-to. So I think it's your turn.
Oh, I would go to oh God, you got to get the Boone's Farm. You got to get the Boone's Farm for dropping panties, right?
Hey, you know what? If we're gonna go old school, give me some old Bartles and James wine coolers, and we thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Remember those commercials?
All right. Yes, I do. The two old men on the porch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or in a golf cart. They had a couple of those.
All right. Yeah, my internet is lagging a little bit. It's about to come back, so I know that Maddie can hear me a little bit on a delay.
I got you.
But my number 2, as I see my internet slowly returning. Okay, as it comes back, I have a can of my number 2 right behind me.
Uh-oh, it's going down for real. Fireman Ed's. Yeah, I can't get that out in Colorado, so I'll have to.
It's a great beer. It is surprisingly a great beer, and it's right in the same family as Bud Coors, whatever. And I was very nervous buying it because I once again was afraid, because I think that Joe Beningo's beer, the the Pain beer that he has, I think that's like an IPA. But no, Fireman Ed's beer is literally just like any kind of regular American lager.
It could literally be in a white
there
can.
It is, folks.
Beer with a red value timestamp.
Yes. Yeah, like the old Pathmark beer.
Remember those?
Just said beer in black.
Yeah, just said beer with like an underline. Yeah. My number 2 is, and I don't know where you can find this. It's called Minky Moo, and it's this sour ale, and it's fucking amazing. Some microbrewery. I don't think it's even in Colorado, but Kate and I went out and we found it at some pizza place that they had a bunch of little breweries on, and holy crap, was it good. I've been too lazy to do the research on it, so if you ever find it, try it. Trust me, it'll change your life.
All right, I told you it was on my list, and it's number one. Ladies and gentlemen, my number one beer of all time is Yingling, and I'll tell you, anywhere I drank so much Yingling in the decade plus I lived in Philadelphia, and I remember walking into a bar once in Philly and saying, "Yeah, I'll have a Yingling," and they brought me over a bottle. I said, "No, I want it on tap." They said, "We don't have Yingling on tap," and I walked out of that fucker. Like, I'm sorry, you don't have Yingling on tap, and you're a Philadelphia a bar. Get the fuck out of here. Yingling is amazing. It's delicious. And yeah, that's my number one.
Okay. Mine is I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but mine is Baltika 7. It's a Russian beer. Baltika is a Russian brand, and their beers are numbered 1 through 9. 3 is like their amber ale. I think 4 is their like non-alcoholic. 5 is their stout. 7 is their pilsner. It's fantastic. It's so good. It's so smooth. It's great. Now, the 9, Baltika 9, is a lot like toilet wine from a prison. It's like if you need to get fucked up in a night, get 2 9s and a 7, and you're golden for probably under $15. And it's ironic because my uncle and my father-in-law, both of who are 2 men that I hold in the highest esteem. Like, I love these men. And I said, hey, so we had a party and I brought a couple 9s over and I was like, try this. You won't like it because it doesn't taste good. These 2 fuckers drank all my 9s like it was water and made me look like the biggest pussy that ever lived. But Baltika is a great Russian beer. I strongly suggest if you go to like a big liquor store, try out a few flavors. There's a lot of different flavors and really good. I like the 7 the best just because I like a nice cool pilsner. But yeah, Baltika 7 is my go-to.
Awesome. So my final list, and you can give yours in a second. My final list was Miller Lite, Lion's Head, Guinness, Fireman Ed's Lager, and Yingling. And obviously, like I said, you can tell what kind of beer I like. I'm a hard liquor guy, so I like vodka, I like whiskey, that's like my go-to. I like gin. Yeah. So that's
basically he just listed his top 5 chasers.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is totally cool. Don't get me wrong.
Or soda, but yeah, I would 100%. I like right now, like you'll see me on this show, and I'm pretty much just drinking a highball glass of Tito's.
Yeah. So. We do have to give a shout out to Lone Star Beer just because of True Detective.
Hell yeah, Joe Bob.
Yeah, Joe Bob and True Detective. Time is a flat circle.
Dude, I didn't even think of that. The problem is it's very hard for me to find Lone Star.
No, yeah, it's tough to get in Colorado.
Yeah, I have a place I know that had it, but Lone Star is a good beer. It's just
you know what we should do one night is top 5 alcoholic drinks that you really associate with media.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they could be fictitious, like Duff beer from The Simpsons. You know, Lone Star will always be a True Detective beer for me. For you, it's a Joe Bob thing because I know you're a big fan of his.
Yep.
But that might be fun. Anyways, my top 5, one more time real quick. Coors Light, Guinness, Electric Sunshine, Mickey Moo, and Baltika 7.
That's one of my certificates from signed by Joe Bob and Darcy the Mail Girl for completing their night of horrible VHS movie drive-in movies.
Nice.
So I had to do I think it was like 5 hours, and I had to write an entire like thing on it to prove that I watched every bit. Oh yeah, well they did 2 really horrible movies, and they're probably 2 of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like they're just horrible. Like it's not even like.
Were they? Do you remember?
One was Sledgehammer and one was Things. And what it was you not only had to watch the movies and talk about them, but you also had to talk about Joe Bob and Darcy's commentary in between, at each break.
Okay.
And prove that you literally watched the entire thing for the entire 5.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
5 hours.
Actually.
It was fun until it was over, and it was.
You're like, I'm not getting those 5 hours back, and I'm going to have to explain that to God.
And the only thing I get is a Iron Mutant award because he calls his fans the mutants. So I got an Iron Mutant award, but it is signed by both him and Darcy the Mail Girl. So
I call the offenders mutants at work.
But that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have about a half hour
A
left of
lengthy
this
fucking
show.
top 5.
Yeah, hey,
That was a good one though.
but we also went a little late because of the internet issues, and then Sean called late and whatever. But let's officially end out the intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
Yeah, that was a great fucking top 5.
Yeah, it was. That was good. Now, once again, guys, I am dealing with internet issues tonight, so we will see how well this works. I am going to pop a link in the description so you guys can call in. I would love to hear your calls. Yeah, we should be sponsored by Yingling. Absolutely.
Speaking of sponsors, I might have gotten us one.
Oh, yeah? It better be something I use.
It's not.
Oh, then I might have a problem with that.
Well, you might need to get over it because the only color that matters around here is green, baby.
Oh, hell yeah, guys. Come on. Clancy just starts this thing off. That is awesome. I was actually wondering what was going on here tonight. You guys, that blew my mind. Thank you so much. You get a Jets chant. Jets. Clancy, channel member already. He pays it all forward. He lets you guys know that he gifted 5 Midnight Mike Show memberships, which now kind of forces me onto YouTube to figure out who those people were who were gifted the memberships.
What the fuck is a YouTube?
All right, hold on here, folks. I want to make sure that I shout out all the people who are new now channel members, part of the Midnight Mafia. Let's get in there, and I will find that out. And there we are. We're on the TV behind me. How nice is that?
There you go.
All right. This is having problems loading. What the hell here?
If you got a membership, chime in and let us know.
Cassandra was gifted a channel membership. It looks like T-Jet73 was gifted a membership. Ranger Fan was gifted a membership. Wild Wave is back as a channel member. And Hank G is a channel member. So, guys, make sure to thank Clancy because you just got a free month of the Midnight Mike Show. And believe me, this next 30 days is probably going to be the month to really get on board. And those of you who are already on board, you're going to start getting, like I said, my new cell phone, the most recent Galaxy that they have available on the market, can do everything StreamYard right from it. Hell, maybe I will leave this show at 11 p.m. I'll go outside and I'll just go live. Who knows? It's going to happen very randomly.
Yeah, but it won't be the same because I won't be there.
Well, that's true.
Really, they're here for me.
For a while tonight, they were.
They had no choice.
Yeah.
It's good shit though. Yeah, no, I'm stoked you can just do those random pop-ups. Those are gonna be fun.
Yeah, and it's, you know what, it's good because it's hard to do pop-ups because I usually like to do them when the family's not here, because if the kids are here, I want to be spending time with the kids, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is this gives me the opportunity any night while I'm out in my little screen
chilling out in the yard or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Perfect.
I could go. I could do it on my goddamn lunch break.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how awesome it is. Yes,
you've been very vague about what you do for work, and I secretly hope you're like a modern day Freddy Krueger who just hasn't been burned yet. Because you mentioned you work at a school, and I'm like, I just really want you to be like that janitor that is one day gonna take revenge on everybody. I don't, like I said, he won't even tell me.
Living in the boiler room.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the whole.
Yeah, I could
be
some
I part on a little Simpsons in there where you like get burned up and sweep yourself up.
There you go. Valerie comes in with a super chat. Jets. Valerie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Val.
$5. And she says, have one on me. I will. Thank you so much for the super chat. How has Valerie not been gifted a super chat? You would think she's usually it goes by algorithms. It goes by, subscriptions, comments, whatever, from what I'm to understand. And I don't understand how Valerie has not gotten a gifted membership. Like, we have to figure that out.
Hey, it took me, 8 months to get one?
I think that the algorithms know you're a co-host and you should be paying for it. Or
you get 2 nights of my week for free.
No. To be fair, it should allow me as the owner of the channel to do a membership. Access. Yeah,
I agree. That's a weird thing. That's a strange, rule or whatever that's going on. I'm not mad. I'm just talking shit. But yeah, that's so weird that it doesn't just let you have God-like avatar powers and do your thing.
Yeah, I definitely should be able to do that. All right, we're gonna try this. I have bad internet, and usually this guy does too. Let's bring him in. Ricky, how you doing tonight?
There's our boy.
Hey, what's up?
Ricky,
Fingers crossed.
dude.
I think I jinxed myself with that comment.
Possibly.
I think I jinxed myself with that comment. We're going to see if I can get through this.
Well, first and foremost, Ricky, I love the new hat.
Yeah, looking good, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I was, thinking about back when I used to drink. My favorite 5 beers were, and man, that was a tough one. I would have to say, geez, MGD would be on there. Maybe a Mickey Big Mouth if I was going cheap.
Absolutely, dude.
Would have to be on there.
Any more?
Yep. Heineken, not bad. But most of the time it was probably just most of the time it was just Budweiser, and that was before the whole Dylan thing. So that I can get grandfathered in before all that happened. But honestly, I was more of a liquor person myself. So lots of that. I mean, I remember when I lived in Los Angeles, there you can go into 7-Eleven and buy a bottle of Jack Daniels. Here it's just beer. But I would walk across the street to 7-Eleven and get a gallon thing of orange juice, pour about half of it out, pour a whole liter of Stolies in it, shake it up, and walk up and down the strip and just get drunk off my ass.
That's awesome.
Good times back then.
Totally legal, totally fine.
Yeah. At any rate, and by the way, Maddie, you need to correct whoever made that comment about you. It's not white trash; it's white thrash. So
yeah, I love that. White thrash cracks me up. I love that.
There you go.
And I also got one for Dano talking about the whole Nicole Richie whatever. I have very high standards because in my group, if that old adage, you leave at 3 with a 10. Dude, if you woke up at 10 with a 3 in my circle, your buddies would never let you live it down. So we had to keep our standards high. And I had this saying, metal doesn't settle. And so I'm gonna throw that one out there for Dano. I've
been the opposite. I'm the guy that makes the girls go to their AA finally. They wake up with me and they're like, what have I done? Holy shit. All right, I got to change some stuff. I am everybody's, what do they call that? Their rock bottom. I'm the hot girl's rock bottom back in the day.
Right on. I do have 2 quick football takes, and I'll let you guys get on with it because I know you guys got other problems. As far as the new kickoff thing, everybody's been talking about, who's going to return kicks for us and stuff. I heard way back early on that our special teams coordinator was pounding the table for Isaiah Davis during the draft. And finally, this week at camp, Isaiah Davis actually was back there returning some kicks. So I think that he's going to factor in, because we got to remember the kickoffs are all different. Like I heard somebody saying earlier this week, like Irv Charles will probably make the team because he's a gunner. Dude, have you seen the kickoffs? They line up. So there isn't a gunner anymore. Yeah, there isn't a gunner anymore. That's why we let Hardy go. So I really think that Davis is going to factor into that return game a lot more than what.
Let me say this about Davis. He was one of the reasons one of our drives stalled today. Aaron Rodgers, he tried to hit him with a pass. He ran the wrong route. Then I believe he handed the ball off to Isaiah Davis, and Isaiah Davis got the ball punched out and fumbled the ball. So, I don't know if I want him necessarily on kick returns.
Right. Yeah. I did see. I didn't see the punch out, but I did see the one drop that he had. And with Alan Lazard, he's made some good plays, but he's also had, probably a brutal drop for almost every good play that he's had too. So I'm not quite back on board with him yet. He's easing his way back into my good graces, but I'm not quite there with it yet. My last comment that I want to make is about the Hassan Reddick situation. Because I'm down here in Florida, and right now there's a tropical storm that's about to be here. Dude, Hassan Reddick is like a hurricane warning in Florida. You know what? It's going to get here when it gets here. Everybody makes a big deal over it and overreacts about it, and then when it gets here, it's usually not anything. And that's what Hassan Reddick is to me. He's a hurricane warning. It's much to do about nothing. I'm not really worried about it. He'll eventually show up. It is a bad look, man. It's a bad look to give your word and then go back on it, especially with a brand new team. I don't care for it. I understand he's trying to get paid, but at the same time, as much as he's accomplished, he ain't done shit for us. So, it's a bad look, but that's all I got to say about that.
Well, I will say this, Ricky, you're right usually about the Hurricanes, but unfortunately every now and then there's an Andrew that comes through that really fucks your whole game up. And I'd say that Hassan Reddick could also be that. We will see, but I do have no doubt he'll be playing for the Jets week 1. I just don't want to cave to him. That's my whole thing. I don't want to be held hostage as a team. The other thing I will say before we let you go is you are our resident Jordan Travis correspondent. And I actually tried looking up stuff on Jordan today, just wondering when he'll be able to get on the field and practice or something to that effect. Have you read anything? Are they saying anything down in maybe in a Florida paper? Anything?
I haven't heard a whole lot. However, I think from everything that I've garnered, and which I completely agree with it 100%. Like, I mean, I would love to see him out there in the preseason throwing some balls. However, everything works out right. We don't see him at all this year. If we do, something has gone terribly, terribly wrong. But I think from everything that I've heard, I think that their plan is because of the injury, they're just going to redshirt him for the year. And I'm all for that. Put him on IR for the year. Let him be a sponge. Let him learn. Because, I mean, honestly, I know that he was a 5th-round pick, but it's because of the injury. If he didn't have that injury, he would have been a 2nd. And because guys get overdrafted, he very well could have been a 1st. If we stick him on the practice squad, somebody's going to swipe him. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So, double benefit. IR him, let him learn, at the same time protect him from getting taken and going somewhere else.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see him on the field. Like you said, if we do, there's something wrong. But I do want to see him. I do want to start seeing some film of him in practice. So that's what I just want to know what.
Yeah, I'd like some updates. Just give me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like a timeline, kind of. But Ricky, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. And the internet actually worked out for both of us pretty much on this one.
Yeah, I know. Good deal. I'm usually pretty good at night most of the time because my landlord, is probably drunk by 6 p.m. and goes to sleep, and the neighbor works at night a lot of times. So during the night, I'm pretty good. During the daytime, like it's got so bad with Jake Asman, I just told him I'm not even calling your show anymore until I get this shit figured out because it's absolutely brutal. And I don't think I can stand another best of Jake Asman thing. Like the most recent one, that was like the lead. The very first clip was my shitty internet. And I was like, yeah, you know, like
Hey, no
even
press is bad press, buddy.
yeah, that's true. But you know,
If I told Jake Asman I wasn't calling his show, he'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?" At least he knows who you are.
right? Yeah, I mean, the other day he was like, you know, we miss you, we miss your takes. You know, we'll put up with your internet. Call back in, and I was like, yeah, you know, let me get it ironed out first. But I actually got a message from him a couple of days ago that he's mailing me some of his new merch on the house. Which
Hey, speaking of, dude, you mentioned something about some piece of merch. We talked about it on Twitter, dude. You're gonna have to send me a pic about what you were talking about.
my merch.
You asked me what shirt size I wore, and you were like, "I got something you're gonna love," and I'm like, "I'm dying here."
Hold on.
Oh, there was still something left in this pen.
I'm
Smoking
gonna
office supplies.
I'm gonna be sending you one
Oh,
of
that's
these.
fucking bad.
That is awesome.
That is ill. I love it, dude.
Now I gotta get I gotta get a better version of the back. This was like the prototype, but the back says
Oh, that is
Revenge Tour
Got the jet
2024, and it's
Dude,
got all
that
the
is
dates,
fucking
Buffalo,
sweet.
Miami, with the dates kind of laid out like a tour shirt.
Dude, that will be my under jersey shirt every Sunday.
Dude, that is an awesome shirt.
That's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
so I thought about, you know, like back in the day, we'd go to concerts. You'd always
Yeah,
get
you'd
a
have
tour
the
shirt.
dates on the back and the tour.
Yeah, it was like it was the baseball shell like this.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
So it's kind of like a old rock and roll heavy metal throwback,
Dude,
you know,
that
with the
sweet.
Revenge Tour dates on the back of it. So yeah, as soon as I get the print on the back straightened out and get those rolling, I will be sending some you guys' way.
That is
All right.
fantastic. That will be the Sunday shirt all season long.
Awesome.
All right, Ricky,
Appreciate
thank
it, guys. You guys have a great night.
You're the
You
man,
too.
Ricky. Love
Thank
you, bud. Thanks
so
for calling
much.
in.
We appreciate it. All right,
Dude,
we got
that's
Jake coming in next,
amazing.
followed by BMAC, and I think that's all we're going to have time for, those two guys. So we'll hit Jake and then BMAC. Guys, I really appreciate everybody in the chats. While you're here, make sure to hit that like button. 100% helps the channel, helps more people see us. And here's another thing for you guys who are still here. Once the show goes off the air, if a few of you guys could throw comments underneath the video, because they don't see, you know, when it goes into the algorithms after the show goes off live, it doesn't say you have 700 comments, you know, whatever in the thing. It says you have 0. So unless somebody, you know, kind of, and I'll write back to you, you know, whatever.
Everybody go on and just write Maddie is gay.
Right. Yeah.
That would be hilarious. If I could get 50 of those, that'd be fucking hysterical.
But all right, let's bring him in. I think we met him last week, but it's good to have him back.
Jake,
what's up, Jake?
buddy?
Guys, I'm back. I told you.
I bought some of that seltzer.
We
the
appreciate
Happy
it.
Dad.
Oh, you bought the Happy Dad? What do you think?
I liked it. I got the grape, and they had it at the local liquor store. I picked some up, and I was like, "This is light. I could drink this. This is solid."
You have to get the fruit punch, man.
They have that too, and I was weighing my options, and I was like, I'm kind of white trash, and I always like grape drank and shit, so I went with grape. But next up, I think tomorrow morning I'll probably pick up some of the fruit punch.
I was just talking to my guy who does the Happy Dad in the Northeast. He told me it's like anyone who tries it, he said just send it on Instagram, whatever. So if you can send a picture, do it. He'll
for sure. Yeah,
man, absolutely.
Well, Maddie got it out in Denver.
Yeah,
you live in Denver?
I'm in Denver, dude.
Wait, so let me ask you a question, because my cousin lived in Denver. Apparently, he said all the bars there, they said it's Broncos. You cannot put anything else on the bars. It's like, can I watch the Jet game or they're like, no, we don't play any games here.
So not always. I was a bouncer downtown. Now I'm 46, so this was 25 years ago. But
you're so young, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you tell that to my knees, brother. What it worked out was I would close the bar Saturday night, and we had at Loto's, we actually had a Bills booster club, and then me and my guys were the Jets and Giants guys. So we got one big screen TV for us, and then we had 60-70 Bills fans. and it was actually pretty cool. But no, I have run into that. I was running security at another bar. It was an Irish bar, and I was like, look, I'll get you 20 Jets fans in here on Sunday. And I got him in there. The owner wasn't there, and the manager was like, nah, here's a small TV with the Jets game. And I was like, you guys don't want money, that's on you.
Well, so you're a promoter is what you're saying.
I make shit happen when I can, but honestly, I get away with a lot of shit, dude. To be honest with you, if you ever talk to my wife, she'll be like, I don't know how the fuck this guy's still alive.
Well,
but I can always
Maddie, there's got to be, like, when I lived in Philly, and I know in New York, there's bars dedicated to certain teams.
They have, but there is not a Jets bar. Like I've said this before. Being a Jets fan in Denver is like being a teenager and realizing you're gay. You think you're the only one in the world and no one understands you, and you're always going to be alone. And Clancy, yes, let's get that hashtag going on Twitter. Maddie is gay. But no, like, it's very lonely out here. I literally had one other Jets fan out here, and then I made my brother a Jets fan. You know, he grew up with it. But, like, I mean, if I go to a bar, like, I literally have been at a bar wearing a Jets hoodie in Denver, and they're like, you really a Jets fan? And I'm like, no, fuckface. I wear this to get chicks. What do you think?
Yeah, so, like, who just wears a Jets jersey?
Like, yeah, you don't wear a Jets. The Jets are the least bandwagon team in the history of the NFL. So, actually, yeah, it's very lonely out here.
He thinks you probably hired a dominatrix to beat you up. I mean, that's what he probably thinks. You just.
I think he probably was like, oh, this guy just shops at the Arc thrift store, and that was the hoodie that fit him.
It's like those guys down the street that like wear like the backwards cap and wear any jersey. Could be like,
yeah.
I saw someone down the street actually today. He wore like a Carson Wentz Eagles jersey. I'm like, that's like out of style completely.
I'm wearing like an old school St. Louis Cardinals jersey from when they were in there.
No, I was actually going to bring this. I was actually going to input this so I could just show it on the show, but I completely forgot. And it kind of goes against what I just said, that no one who's not a Jets fan just wears a Jets jersey because the Jets aren't like cool like that. But I don't know if anybody saw this on the fan. That's Tiki Barber wearing a Jets jersey.
Tiki hates the Jets, dude.
Not anymore.
I wonder if he lost a bet or something.
No. Evan got him. Evan, his co-host, got it for him as a gift because he's a huge fan of Breece Hall, and he's like coming around, like he's starting to talk better about the Jets. And when he was going to put it on, their other co-host, who's usually off, he's not really on camera. He was like, he's a huge Giants fan, and he was like, Tiki, don't put it on, please don't put it on, Tiki, whatever. And when he put it on, the other guy was so disappointed in Tiki Barber for putting on a Jets jersey. And Tiki Barber's like, yeah, but I never I only wore one jersey, whatever. I only wore one jersey. He goes, yeah, but now I can picture you in a Jets jersey. So it really bothered him.
I will say every once in a while I do run across an occasional Jets fan in Denver, and I kind of picture it like walking across like a desert wasteland in post-apocalyptic like America and just finding another survivor.
I was gonna say a unicorn, but I mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah. There's a little hope. But the thing is, like, there are no Jets diehards. Every once in a while, like, I'll run into, there's a guy at work who's like, oh yeah, I like the Jets, man. And I'm like, that's cool, And he's like, I mean, I haven't watched a game in 15 years. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
But what's a Jets diehard? Let's be honest. Like, what's the definition of a Jets diehard? Like, you sit there when they're like losing 42-0.
Yes. Listen. For years, I went to Jets games out here, sometimes alone, when they were on the road. And I've been kicked out of Mile High. I don't know if I'll have to send Mike the picture. I have it somewhere on here where the four of us, it's me, my brother, my buddy who's a big St. Louis guy, and our other buddy who's from England. And we were shirtless with JETS on our chests, looking insanely ridiculous. And we did get thrown out of Mile High. And that was the game I got to see what's his fuck who coached the Cardinals?
Bruce Arians?
No. The younger guy. He played for the Jets. He played in one game. He was a quarterback. I've had a little too much. No.
Yeah, you're not going to get me this late into a show after all I've drank. You ain't getting me.
Anyways, I'll get it, and I'll tweet it at you.
I'm drinking Hennessy right now. Okay, I can do it.
Okay. But anyways, nice. It was well, he was the head Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury. Thank you, Clancy. Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury's like one time playing for the Jets.
Such a disgrace. He's so.
But I was sitting there drunk, screaming, "Put Kingsbury! You guys fucking suck!" And we got thrown out of the game. But I got to see Kingsbury live, which became, for whatever reason, like the highlight of the whole season. That was also the night I was just said I give up on life and went to sleep on the street. But yeah, it's being a Jets diehard out in Denver is honestly just wearing your colors and not caving. Like that's really all you have to do.
I would say another thing with Jets diehards is that almost all Jets fans are Jets diehards because no matter when you became a fan, you've lived through such shit seasons. And I used to always go back to the 3-13 and then the 1-15 seasons in like 95, 96, 90, like into the 96. I used to go back to that. But then we went 1-16 or 1-15 a couple years ago. So it's like even this new era of fan has had to live through the hurt.
Yeah, if you're still a Jets fan, you're pretty much a Jets diehard.
Yeah,
because they've really given you no hope.
Yeah. Now, Jake, I do have to. The show's running down. I have to get to BMAC, but I want to know: do you have any thoughts? Did you see anything about training camp or the green and white scrimmage today?
I did not. Actually, I just acquired a new business in the last 4 days, so I've been crazy busy with all that right now. I actually want to call you guys to say what's going on with this whole. Actually, Maddie, you tell me. We talked about the Hassan Reddick thing last weekend. What the hell is going on?
Nothing is going on, and honestly,
exactly.
like earlier in the show,
There's man, you had a whole breakdown. I was convinced.
Yeah, I had a plan, and I mean my plan might still be legit, but I'm to the point, like I said earlier, I'm just fucking done talking about it anymore. He'll show or he won't. Like it's like the one negative glaring thing at training camp when there's a lot of good shit going on, and I'm like, why aren't we all torturing ourselves with this when you've got so much good shit to look at? You got Breece Hall looks great, Rodgers is yelling at the offense and it's making a difference. So I'm just kind of like, you know what, Reddick, if he doesn't show and doesn't play this year, I really hope the Jets win the Super Bowl just to really spite him.
He's going to play because based on his contract, he has to show up by the last day of training camp. But let's face it, he's going to get a hamstring pull. He's going to be out for the first 4 or 5 weeks. And then by Buffalo, we're hoping he's actually going to show up. I think that's the so-called best case scenario, whatever you want to call it at this point.
Yeah.
So it just sucks because I want him out there killing Brock Purdy, but
same. I want him on the field and ready to rock and roll. Like I want him to have a 10-sack season.
Yep.
And if he gets hurt in the first game that he plays, he's going to have a 6-sack season, which is still nice enough. But
here's a silver lining. If you guys want to feel better, there's always compensatory picks. We're going to get a 3rd round compensatory pick in 2026. So
yeah, that's cool.
Look, I think he will get involved. I don't think he's just going to be he's not sitting down doing.
He can't be that dumb.
No, he's not. Well, he's kind of dumb because he left his hometown, like I said last weekend. But my point is, the Jets are good. At least this is where Joe Douglas, just where Joe Douglas is very good. He understands where he makes moves. There's still the concept of compensatory picks where we're still going to get a lower 3rd round pick. We'll make up that pick. So 2026, that pick is completely, replaced no matter what. It's just a matter.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It is. It's just a matter of can we not look like such fucking morons in letting Bryce Huff go? Because I can't. Yeah. It's gnawing at me completely.
I just want to point out this is a diehard Adirondack fly guy. After the Jets went 1-15, I went and got my first Jets tattoo. That's a dedicated diehard.
My first year in Denver was when they went 1-15, and they lost their first game at Mile High, and somebody threw a battery at me. I was 18.
Oh, that's usually Jets and Northeast thing to do. Chuck a battery.
Yeah, somebody chucked a battery, and I drove 4 hours to and from Grand Junction to buy the sideline cap because it was the only store that had it.
Nice.
Jake, do me a favor. Listen, hit me on Twitter with the info for your buddy about the Happy Dad stuff. If you're
yeah.
Just hit me on there so I can shoot him some stuff or shoot him a picture of me.
Do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so I'll what's your I don't know what your Instagram is.
I don't either. Hold on.
Well, if anybody's ever wondering, I have no problem letting everybody know that. Hold on one second. I am available
right now.
My branding goes across everything. It's all the same, whether it's at Gmail or on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Midnight Mike Show, MIDNITE Mike Show, and Rumble.
All right, my shit's in the comments. It's Yosarian 27.
Hold on, let me see.
Uh-oh. Oh, he just went out. But I mean, I had to let him go anyway because we're running down on time and I want to get to BMAC.
Jake, anyways, dude, great calling. Always a pleasure, dude. Good luck with the new business.
Absolutely. And before we get to BMAC, I just want to real quick, hold on one second, show one more time, the greatest highlight from the green and white scrimmage. So here we go.
Don't ever show that again.
You know what they need to do? That wouldn't have happened if they were wearing the new pants.
Oh, fuck off with the pants.
All right, let's bring it in, ladies and gentlemen.
Fashionista butthole.
What's up, BMAC? How you doing tonight?
Hey, BMAC, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, how are you? My camera, just ignore my camera. It's going in and out.
Say, man, are you getting like
just
rolling blackouts over there or what?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Technology is weird these days, so just try your best to avoid it. But yeah, it's great to see you two guys. Two legends. You know,
yeah,
what I mean,
love it. Love your hat.
Yeah. Paul Boy Green hit me it. So.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Good,
so, I mean, he got a little bit upset at first because we had a deal. He said I had to debut the hat first on his show, but I debuted it on Jake's show, so he got a little bit upset with me. But it's all love though.
So, did you see anything from the green and white scrimmages?
Yes, I did. Saw that. I did pay attention to that. I think Joe Tippmann is trying to get Rogers' Achilles knee injured because I think he does that so that way Rogers can just
keeping him fresh, keep him on his toes.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's gonna get Rogers killed. You know what I mean? I was a little bit not, okay at first, and then now, every practice, I keep hearing that high snaps, and then I just think that he got to get that figured out, man, because it comes to a real game, a game you got to win, a close game, that can cost you a game. And
it's gonna come back to bite us 100%. We're the Jets. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I do agree, get Final McGovern back, but maybe just for an insurance, maybe. I mean, he doesn't have to be a sophomore in case Pittman starting to have these hiccups. But if he keeps it up, you gotta. I mean, like the guy said before, move him to guard. You know what I mean? Maybe switch around. Being a Packer fan, we know this with our offensive linemen. We switch our offensive linemen around. Like we don't have them as one-dimensionals. We switch a guard to center to guard, a guard to tackle. So maybe if he keeps it up, I can do that. But I think Rodgers is a pretty hard get down guy. So hopefully he can knuckle some sense into him.
I would have no doubt that if this continues any further, I mean, I feel like that might have been the last straw. And if it goes any further, I feel like Rodgers is going to be the guy to go to them and be like, we need him either moved over or we need someone else signed. We need a different center because it's unacceptable. And I'm not going to keep chasing balls around, especially once the preseason or season starts. Our quarterback should not have to be chasing balls around more than once a season. Like that should happen once a season to a center. Otherwise, to me, that's unacceptable. It's not even the same thing as a kicker where you're like, okay, a kicker could kick 40 field goals, and if he makes 37 of them, he's awesome, and that's the truth. But snapping a ball to a guy, you have 4 foot bullseye.
Come on, man.
It's gotta. Rodgers, believe me, Rodgers. He's on the sideline giving shit back and forth with Garrett Wilson every day, and him and Garrett are lighting everything up. So what do you think he's now saying about someone like Tippmann who keeps fucking up huge? You know,
Yeah.
I don't think he'll put up with it.
Well. There was a picture, or not picture, but like a video yesterday with Rogers giving Tippmann a nice big love hug. You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe like
sorry I made you cry hug.
No,
yeah,
maybe it's
like that will like.
Maybe they say you get softer in your old age. Maybe that's
Yeah.
just what's happening with Rogers.
I'm pretty old.
Yeah,
and
I don't know, man. Like maybe that would help Tippmann, give him some nice bear hug love. You know what I mean? But obviously that
Maybe
didn't
he's a
help.
big fan
So
of positive
maybe I don't
reinforcement.
know. Maybe just bench him, just show some accountability at first. But or maybe maybe y'all can get Nick Mango out of retirement. You know what I mean? To play Steno. Maybe it looks like he's in great shape, right? It seems like he can.
Yeah, hold on one second. We got
back in.
another super chat and a Jets chant. Jets. Scott Foster, channel member, coming in with 199. Midnight, here we come. Oh, and he's not talking about me because he spelt it right. Scott, you needed to start this. What is it? What would you call it? Like a Jerry Lewis telethon? Yeah, I feel like you needed to start this like an hour ago, because you're coming in at 11:06, 6 minutes after we usually cut it. And yeah, that's a lot to ask there, Scott. But I appreciate it. We will see what happens. But yeah, no, BMAC, I think our offense was clicking well today for most of it. Obviously, like I said, we had that fumble from Isaiah Davis to that stopped one drive. We had the Tippmann snapping over the head of Rodgers that stopped another one. But other than those things that ended those drives in the red zone, Rodgers and Corley and Rodgers and Lazard and Rodgers and Wilson and some of the moves that Breece Hall was making, they looked pretty damn good.
Yeah. I mean, Lazard. I mean, it's ironic that also Lazard's coming out of the blue and looking like a all-pro receiver with Rodgers throwing
We're
out.
never.
I mean, like he couldn't do that last year, really. Like he had to.
I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
But from the end of last year, I've been telling everybody that Alan Lazard is going to come back in 2024, and he's going to be a serviceable wide receiver 3 for the New York Jets, 500 to 600 yards. And I've said it for a long time. And then once they signed Mike Williams and Malachi Corley came on the team from the draft, I started pulling it back and being like, look, I still think he could do it, but he's clearly not. They're bringing in these other guys to be wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. Like, that's the whole point of these guys coming in. Mike Williams, wide receiver 2. And now and everyone, we all kind of let it sit and whatever, but everyone kept making fun of me for being the guy who kept promoting Alan Lazard. And fuck, man, all of a sudden training camp starts and he's doing great. All these highlights are showing.
We're never going to hear the end of this.
Yeah, everyone's saying, oh man, Mike told you so, but I'm not. Once again, I can't.
He's been more humble than he should be, because I would be
because once again, this is training camp. So if Alan Lazard makes the team and he's in that game and we see him put down, I mean, now I'd kind of have to say I can't go 500-600 yards with Mike Williams, Malachi Corley, the tight ends, Breece out of the backfield, Garrett Wilson.
Looks like he's going to get those clutch TDs every once in a while.
But yeah, if Alan Lazard ends this season with, like, let's say 300 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns,
3 or 4 TDs, dude, how great is that?
That's when I told you so.
Yeah, you'd be spiking a fucking Nerf football in that studio on our faces.
Yeah. But aside from that, there's one thing I do want to bring up to y'all. It's so sad now, like where we live in the social media, like people can just say and do anything, and especially from these professionals, from these
Sauce is not afraid to run his mouth.
Yeah, especially yeah. Well, I'm talking about like from the national media, like on the show, like today, some woman from ESPN, Nicole something.
I already don't.
It came out and said that she predicts Taylor Swift to be at more games than Rodgers playing in games this year. Like.
Wait, who over Rodgers?
She said that she predicts that Taylor Swift to be at the games than Rodgers playing in games this year.
I mean, if he gets injured,
that's just some dumb bullshit. Like, that's just what a moron.
No real NFL fan gives a flying fuck.
No real
about
commentator.
Taylor
You cannot
Swift.
take an NFL journalist seriously who says that. That's some straight up. That's the same kind of chick who, when you're like at a party and you're like, oh yeah, you're at the Super Bowl party, she's like, I'm voting for the Eagles.
Yeah,
like that's that kind of shit. So
this is a great
and
football match.
Yeah,
something like that.
I just hope those guys have fun.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I just think it's
the Taylor Swift thing is just over.
Yeah, I just think it's unprofessional. You know what I mean, to predict injury on somebody. You know what I mean? Like
it's not.
I just think that be better. You know,
pay it no mind. Don't interact with it because stupid shit like that is how these people who get their one shot and they say stupid shit like that, hoping it gets clicks. And basically, all football fans just go, "You're retarded. We're done. Bye."
Yeah. I mean, do better, especially when you from ESPN. Do better.
Dude, ESPN sucks now. Like honestly, I don't.
You're not teenagers.
I do not miss cable at all.
Yeah, but I do think what's going to be great for y'all, man, is that all bullets that Rodgers has been taking all of this off season, from like 10,000 people. I think that's really going to fuel him up and really come out exploding. And the last time Rodgers had this many doubters, and it wasn't doubters like this many like this, like people said, he was washed, he was finished, he was like this and that. The guy came out and won back-to-back MVPs, and it wasn't that long ago. He was 37, 38 years old. Yep. He's 40. Yep. I think for the dude, not go, if he stays healthy, which I think he will. The dude is an Iron Man. He's tough as nails. You know what I mean? Last year was just a freak.
And he definitely uses stuff like that to motivate him.
Yeah, I guarantee.
So this year he is definitely like Ricky Shirt said, the revenge tour. This is the revenge tour for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, 100%.
He does not want to go out of the NFL not having at least one more really good season. And I'm not even saying Super Bowl win. I'm just saying, like, he just wants to come out. He does
not want to go out with a whimper.
Exactly. And I think that this year he is going to come out just firing on all cylinders. But I think that it's very important that the Jets team doesn't let him down. They protect him. They make catches, not drop easy balls that he throws to him because he's going to get them to him accurately. Yeah. So catch those balls. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
And I just hope y'all have perfect health. You know what I mean? God forbid if Garrett Wilson, like imagine Rodgers is healthy, but Garrett Wilson gets hurt and missed it a whole year. Then, it seems like with the Jets, always goes something wrong.
If I had to make that choice, I hate to say it, I would rather Wilson go down because we'd still have Mike Williams and Malachi Corley and Alan Lazard and Rucker and Conklin and Brees. And it's like there's so many other weapons. If Rodgers goes down. Now, once again, this year we have Tyrod. So that is a lot better. So I'm happy about that. But Rodgers is such an integral part of that like bike wheel, a spoke. Like if his spoke breaks, it's a big problem for that wheel.
Yeah. I think like if Rodgers has to miss it now, if he goes down the whole year again, I think our season is pretty much done. But if he like I said, man, Rodgers has been durable. He's Iron Man. I think
if Rodgers goes down this year, I still think the Jets can make the playoffs.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could have made it last year if you had a great quarterback play. Like if Howard Taylor started y'all last year, y'all would have made the playoffs. But playoffs. But if he goes down again, like and misses the whole year again, then Super Bowl no. To win a Super Bowl, Rodgers is the main guy. He's the guy that drives the tank. Playoffs, but like if he goes down, you get to the playoffs. But y'all gonna run into Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow if he's healthy. You know what I mean? And then you're not gonna get that far. I mean, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They get into the playoffs, but the reason they haven't gone past the wild card round because they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, big.
You know what I mean? Like, to make a deep playoff one, you need a elite quarterback, and that's what Rodgers is. So again, I think, but let's say if he goes down, like misses like a week or two, Tyler can still do
Yeah,
shit
he
for
can.
y'all.
He keeps
yeah,
here
yeah,
for a
yeah.
while. Absolutely.
But I do think Rogers plays at least 15 games, like 15 out of 17 games. That's good enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. BMAC, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it. Anytime. Hopefully we'll see you Tuesday or next Saturday.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
Guys.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Now here we've got to come up with something here because here's another super chat. Jets. Scott Foster, channel member, coming in with 199. Another super chat saying we finished strong. He was last Saturday. He and a few other people, Clancy and Dano and a bunch of people, just started and got me and Maddie to stay on here till midnight. Okay. Now here's what we have to figure something out because so far the two you sent are once again so much appreciated. But I feel like if we're going to be doing this where you're buying our hours, we need to come up with a this and a this. So like
a tier. Yeah,
like you get us here on super chats during a show, we'll go to 11:30. You get us here, we'll go to midnight. And last Saturday night was our biggest I don't even know what you want to call it, donations in the history of our Midnight Mike Show live shows. So, and that got us to go to midnight. We aren't that close tonight, Scott, but I'm not saying I'm not begging for money. I'm not telling you guys to throw money at us, but I'll tell you this. We're already 16 minutes past 11. Your super chats will get me to 11:30. I will tell you that. Oh no. Oh, is there another one?
I think that was his free super chat for being a member.
Oh, okay. So far, yes. We will do 11. I'll go to 11:30. If Maddie can't, that's fine. But Scott is a channel member for 2 months. Thank you so much, Scott. We really appreciate it. Jets. Well, Mike threw some chum in the water, but the fish did not show. I'll tell you this, Scott. Earlier tonight, YouTube user was in the chat shortly, but I have not seen Scott Black.
He had to take off. He mentioned that, he's in Nicaragua, dude. He's still out there doing their thing. So
he's not YouTube user, is he?
Oh, no, Scott was in here. A
Okay.
YouTube user might have took off too. I don't know what the fuck Judgment Day is, dude.
Terminator 2.
No.
Yo, it sure is.
Judgment Day broke up. I don't know what that is, brother. I'm sorry. Is that a wrestling thing?
I think that's a wrestling thing.
Yeah. Johnny, I love you. Understand, I have no use for professional wrestling. And if I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I would erase it from existence.
Yeah, it's just, Johnny, I'll tell you what, I was a diehard, and I know you probably know this. I was a diehard wrestling fan. I also did pro wrestling, and I did commentary for pro wrestling, live ringside. From when I was born in the early 80s to I want to say I kind of fell off after the WWECW. So I want to say like 2008, 2009. But then I got back into it quickly in like 2012, 2013. But once like 2015, I was done. I was just like, this shit is so bad and not what I signed up for as a fan. Like, I don't want to see guy with a name going up against guy with a name, to see who's the better wrestler. It's not real. It's fucking it's Disney on Ice. It's Cirque du Soleil. I want to see a show. Put on a fucking show. I want to see guys larger than life. I don't care how athletic you are. Now, do I want to see like an old Nitro when the cruiserweights would come out first and put on a little flippy dippy, show? Yeah, sure, fine. But then I want to see your Hogans, your Undertakers, your Kevin Nashes, your larger than life, your Andre the Giants. I don't want to be everybody on the AEW roster. I could kick the fucking shit out of right now because they're 120 pounds soaking wet and they're like 5'5", 5'9", 5'10". I don't play that shit. I'm 6'3". There's no reason why most wrestlers shouldn't be larger than me. And that's where wrestling has gone wrong today. But so no, I knew the Judgment Day was a faction, but them breaking up doesn't affect my day at all. But I'm glad I got to go on that wrestling rant because that's the thing that got me off of pro wrestling.
Yeah, that was great.
Just a bunch of little guys who any one of us could beat up, flipping around and seeing who could do more flips. Great. Congratulations. All right. So I guess even though SummerSlam is on, Mets joined us in the chat.
Yeah, he came late. I knew he wasn't going to be here as soon as you said SummerSlam was going on.
Yeah, I when I realized that it was on, I was like, oh, we ain't getting Mets tonight. That's it.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in the comments. He's not going to nothing. He's out of it. But yeah, no, we don't follow that here. I won't. And Maddie, don't you worry. Once the show is over, I will 100% take that Joe Tippmann snap and just delete it.
I don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah. Well, but I'll tell you what. If he keeps pulling this shit, we're
gonna see it again and again, and I'm gonna be really cross.
Absolutely.
Who's Gold Dust?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me see here. Mike doesn't. Yeah. Even when you take the makeup off of Gold Dust or Dustin Reynolds, yeah. Maddie, you know who Gold Dust is?
No, I don't.
He was huge in the 90s, and he was bigger. He was also big before that. Do you know who the American Dream Dusty Rhodes is?
Yeah, I think so.
It's his son.
Oh, that means a lot to me.
Well, he became very, very popular and very, very famous, multiple time like Intercontinental champion.
That fucking makeup. He looks like he wants to be David Bowie.
No, but he's literally playing. He's like a Texas redneck. The Goldust character is a very flamboyant, gay, like Hollywood starlet.
I can actually see it when he's got the makeup off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just go with Dustin. Yeah,
I'll give it to you. I'm better looking, but yeah, I could see it.
That's funny.
Watch somehow this is gonna get back to him, and he's gonna be like on the show one day.
He's pretty big. He's pretty big. I spent most of the day at a collector's convention anyway. By any chance, was it GalaxyCon? Because I had a friend who was there today, and like Johnny from Cobra Kai was there, Rufio from Hook was there. I was like, whoa, Rufio from Hook.
Was it InsoCon?
Rufio. Oh, come on. Nobody knows the Rufio?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you ever see the movie Hook with Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams?
Like a bajillion years ago.
Okay. Well, I
Is
love
that a reference from that?
Yeah, the guy who took over for Peter Pan with the Lost Boys was Rufio.
Oh, okay.
And he was like the guy who had to get Robin Williams into shape, and like originally was like didn't like him because it was Pan coming back. Yeah.
I might have to watch that again.
Dude, it's a good movie. People need to watch some
They
Hook.
made such a big deal out of Hook. Like I remember more of the hype around Hook than I
Well,
remember.
yeah, and it definitely did not meet expectations box office wise or anything like that. But it is an outstanding movie.
I'll have to watch it again.
I recommend everybody does. Oh, okay. So it wasn't the same con. No, a con in charge. No, I think that's where she lives. I don't know if it's GalaxyCon, but they had a bunch of anime stuff there that I saw in her pictures. And like I said, it was Johnny was there and Rufio was there. And the cast, like a lot of the cast of Scream was there. The original Scream, like Matthew Lillard and Jamie Kennedy and Ski Ulrich and somebody else. They were maybe Rose McGowan. No, not Rose McGowan. She's all like weird now, right? She's all insane.
Yeah, Rose McGowan has lost the plot.
Yeah.
it's not even funny. Like you just see that shit and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. I hope you get help.
And she was pretty hot.
She was a big deal back in the day, but
because she did Scream, she did Jawbreaker. Like
Jawbreaker's a great movie.
It is. And I put that in the level with like, you ever watch Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Oh, dude, Drop Dead Gorgeous is one of my all-time favorites. I still have the DVD that cost you like $60 to buy.
I have a topic that I want to talk about that I was talking about with my wife earlier. I've been watching every Civil War movie, not documentary. I've seen all the documentaries, listened to all the books on Audible. And I've been trying to take in any kind of Civil War movie. Okay. So this is how it goes back to Drop Dead Gorgeous. I started watching the miniseries from the 80s, North and South. Okay. Do you remember that?
Not at all.
Dude, it was a 6-episode miniseries in 1985. Each episode was an hour and a half. So it was a full movie.
That was how they did those back in the day.
Okay. Then in 1986, they did it again, continuing the story for another 6. And then in 94, they finished it out with another 6-episode series. Anyway, Kirstie Alley, who was in Drop Dead Gorgeous, She plays a very like staunch white abolitionist. Like she's one of those people who like literally hates anyone, even if they're from the South, and just talk to her. She'll like go off on them about how they're, piece of shit because they own slaves, or whether they own slaves or not.
Okay.
And it's weird because I hate her character in the movie. You'd think you'd like a character that's on the side of freeing black people, but she's just such a bitch. And
I would actually think you wouldn't, but other people, yeah.
No, she's such a bitch, and it's like one of those people, like a vegan, where they constantly have to get it in your
somebody
face
who does
constantly,
CrossFit
and it's
has
like
to tell you about it.
Yeah, and whatever.
Where'd you find this? Just online?
I knew about it.
I mean, no. I mean, where are you watching it? Like, what are you watching it on?
I found it, the entire thing on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Which is amazing.
I'm curious now, so I might go look it up.
No, dude, it's crazy. But anyway, so in the movie, she's in the first few episodes, she ends up going completely crazy and like getting in with John Brown, who was the abolitionist who stole all the weapons. Okay, whatever. She ends up being like a vagabond. Hey, Sasha, what's up?
Who's in the house? Sasha's here. You said hi.
How you doing?
I told her she needed to come say hi. She never shows up anymore.
I haven't seen her in a while.
She's getting big.
No.
Yeah, now you're. I feel like she is growing because I feel like
she's already taller than me.
No, a couple months back, her head was more in screen when she stood there.
Well, that might just be the destroyed chair. That, by the way, we're gonna start a GoFundMe to get me a new chair in about a month's time, everyone.
Oh, okay, all right. There you go. Oh, look, even people in the chat saying what's up.
See, everybody loves the First Lady of Jets West Coast.
There you go. So let me ask you, Maddie. In the movie, she's supposed to be in the first, before she goes all crazy. She's supposed to be like this beautiful, like sophisticated, woman of the 1800s, whatever. I don't find Kirstie Alley attractive at all.
She can be, but she cannot be too. Like, I could see it either way. I think she's pretty,
I'm not even talking about like in later years she ended up like she had that like Weight Watchers problem.
Yeah.
Like she had like the Tommy Lasorda thing.
Yeah.
Where, like,
I've always thought she had a very striking face, and I thought she was pretty. Like the Cheers years and stuff like that. I always thought she was very pretty.
I just something about her. I just never found her attractive. Even at her, like I said, this was 85. So this was like
this
early, she was. Yeah, this is like we're all peaking in our 20s, right? Or early 20s. That's like the peak of our good looks.
Pretty. I thought she had really pretty eyes. Like she had that piercing look.
I mean, my wife said the same thing. She says, I don't know what you're talking about. And also she has a little bit of a man voice.
She does have a bit of a Kathleen Turner action going on a little bit.
Yes. And that also might have something to do with it.
See, that never bothered me because it wasn't bad enough. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that chick from King Ralph that he danced with who had a voice like a tuba. But I mean, she wasn't like, somebody that was nuts over it. I always thought she was very pretty. So
see, Clancy, this is what I'm saying. In Look Who's Talking, I didn't get it. And I love Look Who's Talking. It's a great movie. I like a lot of Kirstie Alley movies.
Yeah.
100%. We're Drop Dead Gorgeous. Look Who's Talking. I love this North and the South documentary. It's awesome. Put it, you know what, guys?
I gotta check it out.
Put a 1 in the chat if Kirstie Alley, Kirstie or Christy?
Kirstie.
If Kirstie Alley's hot, put a 1 in the chat. If Kirstie Alley is not so much, put a 2. Maddie, you can't vote.
I can do whatever I want. This is America.
Fine, then I'll do that.
Good. Throw your 2s up, brah.
So now we're just tied again, basically. We've just tied again. Good night, Sasha. We've just tied again. Okay, Clancy. Okay, Clancy's with you. I want to get. Come on, a few more people. Is Kirstie Alley hot? And we'll just.
I don't think anybody cares about this as much as you and I do.
No, yes, Clancy, I did. 2, yes, Scott. We're tied again. We're tied up. 2 votes apiece, but 1 vote for me and 1 vote for Maddie.
Yes, it was one non-vote, one preseason vote.
Yeah, essentially. But yes, Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Drop Dead Gorgeous is one of the funniest films ever made. And I remember I saw it in the theaters in '99. And the girl and I was dating, and we went with a group of like friends, and she and I loved it. And everybody else was like, and I was like, you guys are fucking morons. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And one of the first mockumentaries ever to come out.
Yeah.
Which got so popular later with The Office and everything else.
Yeah. And I used to have back in the day such a crush on Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, I did too. And here's the thing that really pisses me off about this. The guy she married looks just fucking like me, but fatter. And it's not fair.
So you, that guy, Lex Luthor, Gold Dust. I mean, you are a nice
I'm a man for all
amalgamation of all of them.
I'm every woman. It's all in me.
What does this say? Dana says, is she now or on Cheers? Now she's in the coffin. She's in the grave. That's where she's starring
that's
now.
what you're into. Just don't act on it.
And she's also was a crazy Scientologist too.
Was she?
Oh yeah.
Big
Scientologist. Now, she wasn't in the I can kill people and the religion will cover up for me like John Travolta and like Tom Cruise. Yeah, I don't think she was there, but I think she was definitely on the Leah Remini level.
Leah Remini kind of like got better though.
Oh yeah, she got better, and some of her stuff is great.
It's great. She's funny.
You want to know someone I love? Leah Remini.
Yeah, that was always my problem with King of Queens. I was like, this dude would never get this chick to marry.
No, she just her attitude, her strength, her New York
kicked his ass and stolen his car.
And she's beautiful. I mean, so much. She has so much going for her. And Scientology was that one thing where I was like, ugh.
Oh,
come on, Stacey Carosi.
Look at those Mets taking the lead on a grand slam.
Wait a minute. Mets is watching the Mets and not SummerSlam?
SummerSlam's probably over by now.
It's
11:30 where you are. By
dude,
now,
they go like 4 hours, dude.
Yeah, but if they're doing 2 nights, it's probably over.
They're not. No, they're not.
I don't know.
They're not doing 2 nights. Okay, Scott. I feel like we've for the 2 super chats that you sent, I feel like we've done our end of the bargain. Next Saturday night, guys, we can start.
We'll talk about it here on Tuesday night.
We could start the telethon early on Tuesday. But I appreciate everybody who has donated memberships, joined the channel, super chatted. Obviously, all your names down there on the bottom of the screen, and we have 5 more to add to that. After this show for Tuesday night. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. If not, by next Saturday night, those new names will be in the scroll on the bottom of the screen. The problem is that I've also noticed that the scroll on the bottom of the screen caps you at 1,000 characters. And because of all the people who have joined when I was
we can't get everybody.
Yeah, we're going to have to, it's going to start getting close soon, but I appreciate it. And I'll figure out another way. I can always pull up graphics and people always do graphics.
Yes, Clancy, next week.
Yes. Absolutely. We are working on that. I have it written down.
And the caveat for next week is we actually have to have them in order since we have prep time.
Oh, but I probably won't prep.
Well, then we'll just see who's more committed.
Because I already prep for this show like a little bit. I make sure I have topics. I make sure I have clips
7 days for the
graphics.
Top 5.
Yes, but it's hard for me to get prep for this show, and then I also prep a little bit for Jets Uncovered. So it's like to then prep for top 5.
Well, starting next week, I'll be doing my own show called Maddie in the Morning on Sundays at 9 a.m. since somebody doesn't want to do his homework for this show.
Well, you could be Morning Maddie. You can change your name to Morning Maddie, and I'll be Midnight Mike.
I was actually giving some thought to doing a morning show, like when football season starts, like at 11 a.m. Eastern, for an hour to just kind of do like something that's a little less serious. You know what I mean? And nobody's going to be up doing that shit but me. So I don't know. I was giving it some thought. Not for sure going to happen, and I wouldn't leave this show to do it or anything like that. But I was farting around with the idea.
You can always fart around there, Maddie.
I fart around all day, baby.
Oh, this one would be good. Maddie's top 5 gay nicknames.
We've got the Bathhouse Brawler, the Tyrannical Teabagger, Circumference.
Gay!
I got those 3 right there. Circumference is my porn name.
Oh, there you go. Like SIR conference.
Yeah, like I've been knighted and I'm just like boing.
Thank God Sasha's in bed before you start making comments like that.
Shit. Yeah, we would have that fucking talk. She'd be like, "What's gay mean?" The other day she was like, we were talking about something and I called somebody a hoe or something. She goes, "What's a hoe?" And I was like,
it's a
lady who works in the
gardening tool.
Lady who works at night." And my wife looks at me and she's like, "Yeah. Good one, dipshit." And I'm like, "Look, I covered it, didn't I? It'll buy us time."
That's funny. Did you ever see the clip of that guy who won Jeopardy more than anyone else, and then he started hosting it after Trebek? Yeah. Did you ever see that clip where it was The clue was it's an illicit woman and a gardening tool.
That's brilliant.
And he said, "What is a hoe?" And he was wrong. They had another answer, and I forget what it was.
Like
but
a harlot or a trowel.
Hoe
is 100% right.
It's 100% right. And people actually are still saying that they should go back and make sure he gets his money.
Score a little bit.
Yeah, for that, because he
Dude,
was
I'm amazed at how much people give a fuck about like game shows now. Like when we were kids, nobody even talked about Wheel of Fortune the next day. Now it's like front page of the Post.
Yes, big fella. It was Ken Jennings.
That's right.
Do you know what the right answer was? Do you know what the right answer was? Also, I had this comment up. Clancy says, "Watch Boogie Nights last night with Scott. Great movie. Love Boogie Nights." Oh, was it? Is this the right answer? A rake?
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna do some homework on this tomorrow. It's getting late and I'm getting tired though. So
yeah, fair enough. Maddie, anything you want to say?
No, now you guys have my Instagram. I'm not real active on it, but by all means, hit me up. And had a great time tonight, but I need to I got to go pee and then mix another drink because my happy ass is going to sleep in tomorrow. So love your eyes, love your thighs. See you Tuesday, and good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be nice and give Maddie the Jets chant because he's a kick-ass co-host. Jets. That's there for my co-host, Maddie, his daughter, Sasha, coming to us from Denver, Colorado, every week, actually twice a week. They come on this show. Guys, every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. we come on after Talking Jets. But like I said, I am now, if you're still watching, hit that thumbs up, but I'm going to start making the Tuesday night show as soon as they go off the air. When they're done with their wheel and they hit that final little package video, boom, we're on. Okay, so it may be 10:03, it may be 10:05, it may be 10:07, but latest 10:10 Tuesday nights. We do an hour on Tuesday nights. Sometimes it goes over. And these shows are going to start getting really good because once the season starts, we are going to have our like recaps on Tuesday nights, then our predictions on Saturday nights. Plus, and things I feel like will start going a little longer because especially once the season starts and I start doing my regular 5 to 10 minute reaction videos, of course, those will come out. Here's how I do it. When the Jets game ends, I come into my studio, I record the 5-10 minute video, then I put it together, I put in all the graphics, and then upload it to YouTube. So it's not literally the game ends, my thing is there. It's usually about a half hour after the game is over. My reactions come on. And if you want to get an example of what that's like, go onto my channel. And I suggest watching one of the games that we lost. One of the Dolphins games, I get real saucy. I think I get real crazy with the Browns. So you'll see what to expect next year, especially if the Jets start losing games that they shouldn't be losing. So once the season starts, my reaction videos, of course, those are going to be free for everybody. The Tuesday night show, while it's live, will be free for everybody. Then overnight, it goes behind the paywall for Midnight Mafia channel members because a lot of people can't watch that late and you want to come back, have something to watch in the morning. Yep, the channel members have it ready to go. And then Saturday shows, both the live show and the replay. Once it's over, it's free for everybody. But like I said, the pop-up streams are available. Those go membership, like channel member, immediately after they air. Whereas with the Tuesday night show, it takes usually till the next morning for me to put it behind the paywall. The pop-up streams, you never know when they're going to happen. You never know when I'm coming live. You never know what I'm going to be talking about. But those will come on. And then as soon as it's over, members only. Boom, it goes to members only. So thank you to all the members of the channel who have joined. I really do appreciate that. There's like 30, almost 40 of you now. Like that blows my mind, guys. That blows my mind. And I really do appreciate it. And, it is what it is. But you join the channel, you get all the content, and you show your support for the show. And of course, if you don't have the money, that's okay too. Hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Tell a friend about the show. I know you guys, this isn't like the 80s or the 90s when we grew up, right? Where if you say tell a friend, it's like, well, I have my friends at school. And that's about it. And some family members. Other than that, what am I supposed to do? This is the day of the internet, folks. You guys know Jets fans all over the place. Send them to our show. explain to them it's not your standard Jet show. They start talking about random shit. They're inappropriate. They're, whatever. They're crazy. Like I said, it's like an O&A. It's like an Opie and Anthony kind of thing where it's like it's just not what you'd expect out of a Jets show. And the reason we're doing that is because guys like Jake and Buffalo Jets fan and Green Bean and Ryan and Matt O'Leary and all these people do it so well already. So if we came on here and did that, we would just be kind of doing what they do. This is like a variety show, folks, and it's all encompassed around the New York Jets. So that's kind of cool, right? So it's like we end up talking about movies, and then we come back to the Jets. We end up talking about a band, and then we come back to the Jets. We end up talking about our top 5 beers tonight, and then it comes back to the Jets. It's always going to come around to the Jets. It's all going to circle in the world of the New York Jets. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want 100% thank you so much for joining me here on tonight's show. We've got to end it out. We've got to play our Jets song. And yeah, I had a great time. Once again, another successful episode. Thank you all for joining me. I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host. And I can't wait to see you next time, which, by the way, is Tuesday night, right around 10 p.m. or when Talking Jets goes off the air. Can't wait to see you.